hard green tea.
That
I don't know how it's gonna
gross.
taste, but I found this place in my area that actually has like a lot of beers. You have a lot of unique beers. And this is one of them, and I was like, well, I'm gonna try.
I love hard tea. Like hard sweet tea is really good, but green tea is like the opposite. It's like
Hard green tea.
It's like alcohol gets the blood flowing, whereas green tea gets the blood like cooled off. Like it's chill.
That's pretty good though.
Really?
Is it beery or is it just green tea with alcohol? Let me try again. Let's see.
Yeah. I don't know how to describe that. The initial, I can't really place it. The aftertaste is green tea.
Aftertaste, huh? But it's fizzy.
Yeah. No.
Not
Is it like a
carbonated?
seltzer?
There's a little bit of carbonation. And it's
Little
not as
bit.
much as a seltzer either.
Huh?
Oh yeah, the aftertaste is really green tea.
It's just a green. It must just be a matcha beer or something like that, or like a.
It's not matcha though.
Isn't matcha like green
it's
tea?
green tea. No, matcha is a different type entirely.
What's matcha?
I thought matcha was a type of green tea. Like it's like when they harvest it. Like there's like the 3 different types of stuff. We can
Because there's matcha tea, which I just thought was green. It's green, so I just thought it was like green tea stuff.
Although matcha tea and green tea are both derived from the same plant, they are cultivated and processed differently.
Oh,
Up to
okay.
80% of the world's green tea comes from China, while most matcha is cultivated in Japan. Blah, blah.
Oh,
In general, green tea is grown in the sun, and matcha is shade grown during the final weeks before harvest.
huh?
Okay, and it's also
And
pulverized.
matcha is ground up, and green tea isn't.
Oh yeah, matcha's like powdered.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So do they taste different then? They must taste different.
Yes.
Yeah.
They taste different.
Japan is more matcha, but green tea is actually more Chinese. Okay. Interesting.
And they both have green teas, but I think matcha is primarily made in Japan.
Yeah. Interesting.
Makes sense. I mean, I think it's a
It's like
Japanese word.
it's like what's one of those things that's like flavored water?
Yeah, like
like vitamin water,
No, the French sounding
LaCroix. LaCroix.
LaCroix.
LaCroix.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like a LaCroix
Oh.
initially, and then it becomes green tea.
I can't decide if I'd like that or not. Kind of
Yeah.
sounds like I might.
I don't know either. I'm so far it's all right. I probably wouldn't be a daily drinker. I'll be honest, but
no daily drinker.
But
here.
it's a unique thing to try, and I will rate it.
What are you gonna rate it
All
on
right.
Untapped? What's
I don't know.
man? We should give.
Also,
Oh, what's up?
there was a fly. Wait, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say I should. I was gonna say I should share my Untapped with the viewers if they want to just check my Untapped out because I've got so much wealth of beer knowledge there. But then I realized I don't want to do that because I'll dox myself doing that.
I saw you were checking in quite a bit the other day.
Oh, I sure
Oh, yeah.
was. Yeah, I went to dude. Okay, where I live.
Although you were not drunk texting us like you normally do.
No, I wasn't that
You weren't
drunk.
in Thailand yet.
I was in Thailand. Yeah, that's the joke. No, there's a movie theater that me and my buds all like to go to watch movies. We've been actually watching a lot more movies this year. And we new like brewery or not brewery, like beer house. What would you call it? Tap house? Places that just
Yeah,
sells
tap
a
house.
lot
Beer
of
garden.
yeah, a place that just sells a lot of beers on tap, not their own beer though. They opened up and they're right next door. You just walk across the street and go to the theater.
Sick.
It's so
awesome.
nice. And it's
Genius.
called I won't actually say the name, but it's really fun. They have a lot of fruit beers and ciders too, which I really like. So I got a flight. I was at Heaven. They had a beer and a shot deal for $8. I did that, and it was great. The food was like okay.
Was that before or after you saw Thor?
Oh, that was before I saw Thor for sure. I definitely wanted to have some alcohol in me before I saw the movie, so I did that. I want to do that like every time I see a movie now. That's got to be the tradition. That's just so good.
It's pretty fun.
It's really good beer too, so I'm really
And then
happy.
you can watch the movie again and have like 2 different experiences.
Yeah, I feel like if you watch Thor: Love and Thunder, you'll want to be a little drunk though. That's the vibe there. I think so.
Make the
It was
humor
a
hit
fun
more.
movie.
It'll make the humor hit more. Yeah. Have you guys both seen it?
I've not.
I've seen it.
Okay, gotcha.
I was I liked it, but it was definitely a different mix than usual, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It was-
I mean, I don't care about spoilers. So if you guys want to do spoiler talk,
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't Ragnarok. I honestly was pretty disappointed in it. It was so
Yeah.
far away from that movie as
that's
far
what
as
I've been hearing.
humor. I just was pretty.
I enjoyed it though. I thought it was good. I
Yeah.
thought there were some odd choices, definitely,
Mhm.
but overall I enjoyed it.
That's good. That's good. I was sad. I did not like it.
Yeah, it was a
Sean.
sad movie, honestly.
Well, I wasn't. No, I was just sad that I didn't like it. I firmly did not like the movie. I think personally, that just wasn't
Definitely
it.
not as good as Ragnarok. Better than the first Thor.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen the first Thor. I
It's better than
Thor-
Dark World, probably.
Yeah, better than Dark World. I feel like the first two Thor movies are not
I
a
like
high
Dark
bar to beat, though. I
No.
think they struggled for those first two movies.
But that's why I'm saying they're above that.
They're
you
above
know?
that, yeah.
Or this
mean,
one was above that.
Frankly, it's hard to beat Ragnarok, though. Ragnarok is such a fun movie that
I know. Well,
I think it's probably one of my favorites. It's definitely my top
They
three.
just did an amazing job. with it.
absolutely,
Yeah.
dude. If we did the tier list, I'm vouching Ragnarok for S tier. I think that's
yeah,
like
absolutely.
that's S
I don't think
tier
anyone would disagree
Marvel
with that.
movie. But yeah, I mean, like, still, like, this movie was crazy. I didn't even know what was going on. It was like there's not even really a plot. It just kind of just
Yeah, it
flies
wasn't
along.
solid plot.
Yeah, so we don't have to go too spoiler talk into it. I thought it was gonna be Ragnarok, and then it wasn't the same director, so I should have
Oh, it
probably
wasn't?
seen that
It was the
coming.
same director who did the previous Marvel movie, Multiverse of Madness, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't think so. Was it
I thought it was
Sam Raimi or whatever? That did not
Sam
feel
Raimi?
like a
Oh,
Sam
no.
Raimi movie.
So it was something with a W in the name.
He has experience writing like comedy stuff, and he's very hit or miss. I've heard from other folk. He's like a hit or miss writer.
I mean, I would agree with that based
Yeah.
on this movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't very comedic. I mean, it was
Yeah.
funny, but like
like
it was offbeat.
it was offbeat. Yeah, it was kind
It
of
is,
like
it is Taika Waititi was the director.
I was right.
Yeah.
wow.
So
Okay.
that was the previous. That was the guy who did the previous Thor, which is sad because I feel like
Oh, I thought they did the Marvel the Doctor Strange movie.
I think
No.
Doctor Strange was Sam
Oh.
Raimi or whatnot.
Sam
I
Raimi.
think-
He's the guy who did the
okay.
OG Spider-Man movies from
Yeah.
like back in the early 2000s.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
I mean, there's so many homages in that movie, right? Like the whole like when do you remember when Captain Carter gets like
gets stabbed or
cut in
yeah.
half? It's the same
Split.
same feeling, or it's the
Yeah,
same
yeah, yeah,
shot
yeah.
composition of
We
when.
talked about that before.
Yeah.
when it came
yeah,
out, I think.
yeah, we did, yeah.
Yeah, so there's
So-
so many
That's a good
homages,
one.
but it's I like Taika Waititi. I'm surprised
There was a
that
lot of homages
flopped.
in this movie, in this Marvel Thor movie. I thought.
Was there? I don't know.
I thought so.
I mean, Balbun was in it. The Balbun god. That was my favorite part.
Excuse me, what?
There's literally they
Yeah,
go
right.
to the place of all the gods. There's a place where all the gods collect together. It's like where
Mm-hmm.
Zeus is and stuff. And then there's a god, and it's just a Balbun, but it has like anime eyes and stuff on it, like 2D anime eyes on it.
But like a moment like that is just so offbeat
Yeah.
to what they've established. It's like, what? Why is that?
Why
there,
is that
you know?
there? I don't know. I like Balbun
Yeah.
though. Balbun was cool.
Well, yeah, but it's like a it's just weird.
It was
You know?
weird,
Yeah.
yeah. And then what? Everyone they kill Zeus. They just straight up kill Zeus. Spoiler.
Seriously?
Yeah, Zeus throws his
Spoiler.
Zeus throws his
Yeah, like
thunderbolt
how,
at
Yeah, like how Colton was like tiptoeing around stuff, and now it's just like all in.
Zeus just throws his thunderbolt at Thor and then Thor just catches the thunderbolt, throws it back at Zeus, just murders him.
I feel like he shouldn't be able to catch that thing, you know?
I was like, this is wild. They just murdered
Yeah.
Zeus in like the first 30 minutes of the
Yeah.
freaking film.
Well,
It's,
did you,
it's
did you
Russell
watch
Crowe
the after
being-
credit scene?
I did, yeah. So spoiler alert, Zeus isn't actually dead. I don't know how he got impaled. But
He's a god, I guess.
yeah, I guess. And they're gonna send Hercules after Thor, I guess, which actually could be pretty cool, depending on what happens from that. But yeah, Hercules is going after humans or just Thor. I don't know.
It's hilarious to see Russell Crowe. I haven't seen Russell Crowe in a movie in a while, and it's like,
Who is he?
That's who he is. That was Zeus. Russell
Zeus.
Crowe, same guy from Gladiator.
yeah,
Oh.
Yeah, I did
I
not.
haven't seen
I did
Gladiator.
not know that was the actor. I knew the actor, but I didn't know like his name. I just wasn't like coming across him and his previous works. Okay,
Hmm.
that's kind of funny now that I know that.
mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, overall, not bad. I did that. So yesterday I watched Thor, and then I also started and finished the second light novel of Mushoku Tensei.
oh, nice. Started and finished.
I'm like, yeah, start and finish. So because I time myself actually, I average about 35 to 40 seconds per page.
That's pretty
really?
good.
That is pretty good, man.
Mhm.
I'm such a bad reader. I cannot do reading. I need to read more.
The third one is 412 pages long.
Well,
So do the math.
So I don't know how to math that.
It's like about 210 minutes or something like that, which is what?
Let's say 40 times, what did I say, 412? So that's 16,000 seconds divided by 60 is 274 minutes.
By 60 again.
Divided by 60 again is 4.5 hours.
So you should actually be able to kill that in one weekend day, or maybe a long week.
I can finish that in a
weekday.
day probably.
Yeah. Huh.
yeah, just stay up till like 1 a.m. Just reading it on a
No,
weekday.
I can't do that.
No.
That's not happening.
I will never.
But I ordered a new shelf, a new bookshelf,
Oh God.
Oh, that's good.
just to hold
your new
like,
books and stuff.
light novels and stuff. that I'm gonna get.
Gosh, I really need to get on
Is this
order.
It
in
was
your
a
room?
very cheap shelf. It was a very cheap shelf.
Yeah, yeah, but
Um,
the
yeah, I'll
books
put it in my
need-
room.
The books need to go somewhere, so
Yeah.
this is where you start.
Books go on a bookshelf.
Books go, where do they go now though? Without the bookshelf.
I have a bookshelf. It's just like
It's full.
it has other stuff on it too, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna have enough space, so I need to get another bookshelf.
You're counting on
You
buying
got-
like all 20 volumes. You're like, the future's in mind.
25.
25, yeah.
Yes.
So the future's in mind here.
Yeah, and then Sword Art's still going.
Yeah.
I want to get all the
Oh, God.
Overlords.
All the overlords.
You know,
Where's the Spice Wolf
I have,
collection go?
I have Spice Wolf there too.
Do you actually have all the Spice Wolf physical copies?
I think I don't know if I have all of the first show, because there's Spice Wolf and there's Spice Wolf something.
There's
Oh,
like
two different
after
things.
after the whole Spice Wolf story concludes, I think. There's like
Yeah,
the next chapter.
and I think I have almost all of the initial, maybe up to 12.
Okay.
10 or 12. I don't know how many there are. I
There's
wanna
like
say
17,
15.
I think, and then
Oh, 17. Okay.
yeah. I mean,
I
I
bet
read all of them.
those too. Yeah.
God, I want to read all of them. I gotta get back
This,
into
like,
that.
and Konosuba are the only two I've actually like fully read up on. Which, oh my God, I can't wait for. I mean, now that they announced season 3 of Konosuba, and they
Yeah.
did it a
Oh
while
man,
ago, but
that's so killer.
yeah. Speaking of new seasons, so they've got this anime
Well,
season has been
Great
full
lead
of-
in there, Michael.
That's exactly by chance.
I forgot.
happened
I
to
was
be.
at some point going to intro the podcast. But hey, welcome to Almost a Podcast. You have me, Sean. You have Michael there, and you have also Colton, also there.
Over here.
Also, Colton.
I'm on
is
the
it a
left ear
also
channel.
Colton?
You should
Yeah.
you should switch up our the channels. Like Mike's on the right ear, I'm on the left ear, and then you're in
Oh,
the both.
gosh. We have
Over
like
here.
I don't even know what that stuff's
Is that like
called. ASMR stuff.
Studio?
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah.
I'm over here,
ASMR.
right next to you.
I'm right here next to
Oh God. Yeah. So I did want to talk about the new seasons of anime that started. I don't know if either of you have seen stuff, but I've seen several shows that have just started.
This is good.
So I was gonna kind of talk about them and see what sounded crazy and interesting.
Yeah, this is great for me because I have no idea what's happening this season, so I could be educated and give you a non-biased
Yeah.
opinion. On
And
exactly
and we'll try
what I
to sell
think.
you. We'll try to sell you on some of the new
Sell
shows.
me on some good anime, guys.
right,
I need a good anime. I'm burnt out of Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
I've,
so
I've
Sean,
watched 80 episodes. The kids have done their third training arc. I need something spicy and new.
Michael, what just names the shows have you seen so far?
So obviously Overlord. I haven't watched too many, honestly. Overlord, the Call of the Night one that we saw when we were at AX. I watched the second episode of that.
Okay.
Shit, that actually made. I can't think of any other ones.
Is that it? Nothing else?
Devil's a Part Timer.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That's
Devil's Part Time. Thank
Oh, I need to finish the first season, then do the second season.
you. Yeah. You haven't finished the first. Oh,
No.
First season's pretty
Would that be a funny
is.
one for us to watch together? Would that be a good one?
I
Is
mean,
that
we've
not a
both.
good
Sean
one?
and I have both seen it, so
Was
it's
the
like.
new season or like?
Well, if I got caught up and then we watched the second season
Yeah.
all together.
I'm not sure how because I've read a bit ahead of Devil's a Part Timer, and I'm not sure
Oh.
how it's gonna
Damn it, Sean.
sound. Not sure how it's gonna feel.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's your 3. I've done those. Well, actually, I haven't seen the first episode of Devil's a Part-Timer. But
What?
I've also started watching Lycor's Recoil and Uncle from Another World.
Okay.
Cool.
The other one,
Fucking
okay, the other one I saw that you picked up that we could watch.
Oh, and
Is-
Made in Abyss.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
The other one we could watch, now that you mentioned one you watched there's one, what was it?
My Stepmom's Daughter is my ex.
My stepmom's
What?
daughter is my ex.
I've
So it's
heard
another
it's
domestic
very-
girlfriend.
daughter is my ex. Okay.
It's basically
It's domestic
Domestic girlfriend.
But I've heard it's extremely wholesome.
I don't want
As
wholesome.
opposed to Domestic Girlfriend.
That's
Yeah.
not what the shows are for. They're for
I
fucking
don't
like
want wholesome.
they're
I
fucking
want
B-tier drama.
I want
That's what
degeneracy.
this is for.
I
Yeah.
was told, I saw someone describe it as Konosuba plus Domestic Girlfriend without the spice.
There's
okay,
no
you
spice.
you bring in
Okay.
the domestic girlfriend or the Konosuba laughs, but no spice. I think if you added the spice, it'd be like an A-tier show.
Yeah.
I gotta say, we gotta get on this.
So, but I'd be up for watching a bit of
I'd
that.
I'd try watching it. Yeah, that sounds fun.
I do. So the two though that I picked up, they're like the weird ones that you normally wouldn't watch.
Right.
Were the Uncle from Another World and Lycor's Recoil, which is a weird name. It tells you nothing about what the show is, and the description is kind of weird too. Basically, I'll talk about that one first. It's Lycor's Recoil is like high school girl assassins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like Japan lives in perfect peace. Is the story.
Mhm.
However, this is because we have these high school girls that like take out gang lords and drug busts and things. And
So it's kind of
Nice.
like what was the Girls Frontline? Is that the one? It's like the girls who
I don't
with the girls with
recall
guns.
seeing that one, but I can see it.
All right.
That's fun. The high school girls.
It also has
specifically.
really good animation.
Oh, okay. Good fights.
And it's pretty good. I would say it's worth watching.
The
a couple
Sakuga is on
episodes.
point.
I don't know what that means.
Sakuga, it's like when they change the frame rate. It's like all the good fights are Sakuga. You know what Sakuga is, right, Colton?
Like like
I
you
don't
were
know how to
saying,
describe
they
it
changed,
in-
like
They changed
Like
the
change
animation
frame-
rate.
yeah, like frame rates. Like some are smooth, some are like choppy, depending on like the action that's
style.
happening.
Yeah, like the final Naruto Sasuke fight. That's like the
Sakuga.
Yeah,
Sakuga.
Sakuga animation
Sakuga
and
animation quality in anime. Are we on the same article?
We might be. It's a whole article here. I was trying to find
Is
just
a
a
term
definition here.
used in anime to describe moments in a show or movie when the quality of the animation improves drastically, typically for the sake of making a dramatic point or in enlivening the action.
Yeah, it's like when things get more distorted. Like
Yeah.
like if that makes sense. Like
or just
Yeah,
more
I mean,
animated.
I guess I can
Yeah.
understand it.
Or
yeah.
another great example is like the Demon Slayer, like that. That whole moment, like in episode 19
like
of Demon Slayer.
whenever there's sword skills.
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah, and
sword
like
skills.
it's just basically whenever you're like creaming yourself over the animation quality, that's basically Sakuga.
yeah. And like Mob Psycho has a couple of those where it's just like
Yes.
this crazy, like really drawn out, dramatic like motions and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Or
And it
explosions.
usually
Uh,
is associated with like they switch from like animating one on twos to like animating on ones, or even going from like 12 frames a second, which is what most animations on, to like 24 frames a second.
yeah. They'll like smooth
Because-
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool stuff. Sakuga.
Sakuga.
The other thing that I started watching, just I was like, this has got to be interesting based on the name, which is Uncle from Another World.
I want to know what's going on here.
This sounds like
Uncle
a
from Another
plot
World.
for an anime 2 kind of thing.
Yeah, this sounds
is
like
it's not though. This is
Oh,
like
G-san from Another World. Oh God.
Uncle.
this is so weird. This is like this is a reverse isekai. And I've never seen this before, so it's actually really unique. There's this guy who's been in a coma for 17 years,
Yeah.
and he wakes up, and he spent the last 17 years in another world,
In an isekai,
and then he wakes up and he's like
he's
just back in Japan.
Man,
And his nephew is the one who basically him going to coma kind of ruins his whole family.
yeah.
Mhm.
And his nephew's the only one there. and is about to like sign him away, and the uncle's like, because everyone wakes up speaking a different language, like the language of the other
because he
world.
was like, in the other world.
17 years there, and he's like, wait, I can prove I'm from the other world. And he starts like trying to do magic, and it's just like not working at all.
Man.
The kid's like about to sign him away, and then he actually does magic.
Oh
shit!
Like, it's not a serious show at all. It's pretty funny, and it's I've only seen the first episode, but it's got a lot of the moments in it that are just kind of laugh out loud. This is silly and funny at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
Just ironic.
Is it very
like,
Japanese style, like laugh out loud moments, or is it more?
No, I think it's both.
Okay.
I think
Like Konosuba.
More so. So only seeing first episode, so very early on. However, it's one of the funny moments from it is so this guy went into a coma. I think he wakes up in 2017. So he went to a coma in 2000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is before a lot of popular tropes started becoming a thing in anime.
Oh, really?
So this guy went into this other world before isekais were a thing.
Yeah, he
right?
didn't know what they were.
And
yeah.
before a lot of like the things we take for granted as tropes are.
Yeah.
So when he's talking about things to his nephew, he's like, oh yeah, this happened. And the nephew sees a completely different story that could have happened because this guy just didn't know the trope.
Yeah.
Like there's a tsundere girl that is in love with the uncle, but the uncle thinks she just hates him.
Oh, she's like, oh, okay.
And the nephew's like, oh no, uncle, you could have.
Come on, man. You could have taken it.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I recommend checking it out.
Yeah, it's just a funny name. That's intriguing. Simple,
Yeah.
intriguing.
All right.
I like what's going on.
In a reverse
You sell-
isekai, I've never seen a reverse.
Yeah, or
no
reverse
one's come
isekai.
back from an isekai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once Truck-kun hits them, like they're gone for good. But
It's every weeb's worst nightmare.
You've sold it. You have sold it.
It's pretty funny. It's a bit like Konosuba in a way, but a reverse Konosuba.
Reverse Konosuba. Man, if Cosmo woke up back in the real world, I feel like he'd hate himself. He'd be like, "This is terrible."
Yeah,
Because
This is
he has
awful.
friends and
He has friends, and he has
we started
That's
watching.
true.
I think Michael, Yumi both saw Call of the Night. We all watched Call of the Night at AX. There was
Yep.
like an early screening.
Yep.
And we started now watching it here. I don't know if you've seen the new episode, Colton, but it's like a vampire show. This dude can't go to sleep, and he finds a vampire, and then wants to now become a vampire.
Yep. But okay, the stupid caveat that still pisses me off whenever they say this is like, okay, for him to become a vampire, he has to fall in love with the vampire, and that's how he becomes a vampire, and then she has to bite him.
With the vampire, and then she has to suck his blood.
Yeah. That's the
And
caveat.
it's like,
Which
okay,
is kind of weird.
Anime
I'm like,
logic. That's just
anime logic.
So, or like kind of like just one of the like just a
But I don't know.
But then they're also
Stranger anime
like, he's like
logic.
14.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Which
a
is the
couple
weird part.
and
questionable items.
she's like not.
She's definitely like, probably 100 years old or more.
yeah.
Something like
There's
that.
some questionable activities there, but it's a popular franchise, I think, for most people.
Is it?
I don't know.
What I didn't like is that the first 2 episodes, nothing happens.
Yeah,
It's a very slow start.
Yeah.
This end of the second episode, finally something's about to happen, but like,
Well, doesn't she like suck
It
his
just-
blood? She does suck his blood the first
Yeah.
episode,
yeah.
but then nothing else
But
like really happens.
They just walk around the city for 2 episodes. Like that's
There's some- I
it's
mean, there-
really kind of
to be fair, there's some beautiful shots in that. Like some of
Yeah.
this is like
Yeah.
the city shots. I'm like, okay, this like you walk around, you feel like you're walking through Japan because of just how very.
or just a city at night. Like it's really
But a
bright
Japanese
city
city,
at night.
yeah, it definitely feels like a Japanese
Bright,
city.
clean city at night.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And there's also no
Also,
one around.
the ending is a banger. The ending
Yeah.
song is awesome.
I don't know. I don't know if I'll hold on to it. We'll see how the next episode goes, but I'm gonna give it the three episode mark.
the 3-episode rule. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then continue from there. Yeah, I don't know if I'd like to continue that one or not. It didn't it was kind of cool to watch it with everyone, but I wouldn't. It wasn't like really selling me that first episode.
Didn't have
The,
that level of spice. that
Yeah, I
you-
needed more spice in my life. What am I supposed to do?
The whatchamacallit, Overlord, I'm watching as well.
Oh,
I know
God,
Michael
yeah.
said you're watching that.
Yeah.
Only 2 episodes have come out, and it's just gonna be a very slow season, honestly.
Yeah.
But the payoffs are really good at the end.
Dude, although I kind of like sometimes when Overlord's slow, like for instance, this last episode, freaking, I literally messaged Son right after I saw it. It's about like 11 at night. I'm like, dude, this last episode was so awesome, just because like the stupid setups. Like what I love about Overlord is the moments where you have like it really plays on dramatic irony, right? Which dramatic irony is when the audience knows something that the characters don't, and like this one.
Well, that's all of Overlord too.
Exactly.
Is that really?
And this
Is that
one
like-
makes it so much fun because
Well,
like
it's because you know that over the main character, like, and just the
everyone around him.
everyone around the main character is just insanely overpowered and can crush anything.
Yep.
And then you have these people that have like such like ambitions against them.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, that's not gonna work,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah, like,
You
or
just
this
know
one
they're
was
gonna
like
get
he was
rewarded.
ambitions with him, right? Like,
Yeah.
what was it? The one guy. So like spoilers for
Philip.
this episode. Yeah, Philip. He's like, oh, he sees what's her face? Please, Sean.
The main girl.
The succubus. I
Albedo.
know, right? What? Albedo.
Albedo.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Albedo, and he's like, oh my gosh, I want to marry her or whatever, right? And she's like, because she's like trying to like entertain or like work with the other like kingdom people, and he's like, oh,
And
let's,
she's
like, create
literally
an
like
alliance.
the most powerful entity in the world, like,
Yeah.
besides the main Overlord guy.
Yeah.
God.
And like anytime like
And also hates humans with a passion.
Jeez.
like I love like when she's like walking with him, like you can see her just like visibly like wanting to just
like a visceral reaction.
Yeah, she
from
wants to just
being
murder
near.
this guy at any point right now, right? Because just he dared to touch her, right? And but
he's alive according to the plan. You know?
Yeah.
and you're like, yeah, and so that's why I love like the whole like it's like it's all planned out, and they're like manipulating all these people, and it's just kind of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like
It's
the
a
dramatic
slow burn,
irony.
but it's a very good delivery. And based on the opening, it's going to be an amazing season. Really, the stuff they're gonna do is really cool.
I feel like that's like the ultimate power fantasy show. It's like,
Yeah.
is there really
I
any
guess
threat
so.
to Ainz though? And is that like a bad thing? Like, I feel like you're never going to be
he
concerned.
plays as if there's always a threat,
Uh-huh.
which is one of the things that makes it kind of interesting. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's like
but it's also makes him so good is that he like what I love about
he's always
Ainz-
preparing for someone
Yeah.
more powerful.
What I like
than
about Ainz is that he's kind of dumb, right? Like he's not like this.
him. Yeah.
He puts on this persona
dumb?
of like the overlord, but
Yeah,
he's like
he's just this regular office worker.
Yeah.
But he just puts on this persona of being all powerful.
Yeah.
So because he's afraid of his own people that they're going to turn on him or hate him.
Yeah.
If they think that he's not this all powerful being.
yeah.
But isn't he
And
really powerful? He was like, I've seen
he is.
some clips on YouTube.
But he's really good
He
in like
is.
the game, right? Like he understands the game knowledge and like he understands like the rules of it, and
Oh,
so like that's
yeah.
why he like when he plays super cautiously, right? It's like, oh, it's because that's his play style, and like he knows how to do that.
Yeah,
and, like, he
he's, like-
prepares for everything, but at the same time, like he's like this. He's not like
He's not
masterminding
exactly
this whole
smart,
scheme.
Or like
he's just
Oh,
he's
okay.
just, yeah.
He just knows the
he's not
game
Sun
really well.
Tzu, or he's just
He's not this
is a
master
guy.
tactician. He's just like, I mean, he's actually a pretty good tactician, but he's not like.
well,
this
he's just doing
schemer.
things normally, and it ends up working out really well.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Like
him with the fight with what's her face, Sheltier, him versus Sheltier in the first season, like he was.
Well, that's
that was a
also
good
that's
tactician.
literally just a PvP battle, like
Yeah.
which is from the game, so that's how he knows to
Yeah.
beat a person. But if it's terms of like manipulating a nation, he has no clue how
Oh,
to do that,
yeah.
or run a nation.
Yeah. So he's just playing. He's kind of like
So he's
playing
just-
along. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm hoping this kind of this short works out, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and yeah, it's fun.
Huh.
And then I'm also watching Made in Abyss.
Depression on a stick.
You know what was weird about the show is the second season starts, right, which is immediately after the end of the movie.
Yep.
The last movie
yeah,
that
you were
happened.
telling us about that, I think.
Yeah, and the movie is the most traumatic experience yet in that show. The first episode starts the second season, and they're all like, "Yeah, let's go, keep going down the."
All
the
right, we're
pit of
ready to
despair." I'm like, okay, I don't think you'd recover that quickly from
Yeah.
what you just experienced.
Nah.
They need the entire series just to be them at therapy, trying to go through all the trauma they.
Yeah, that's like after they
I think maybe the meta is they just gone insane.
maybe
Maybe they're just like, oh, whatever.
they've all just put in a simulation. Wait,
watch them just like they're hallucinating. They're like,
just making it all up. Isn't the show about them like trying to get somewhere? They're like, we have to go from here to here, and that's it, or something.
Well, so there's this hole in the ground.
Yeah, they're like
this really big pit in the ground that everyone wants to go to for some reason. And the thing is with the pit is if you can't go up, you can only really go down. Like you can go down. So you go down, right? And then if you initially, at the first layer, you go down and you come back up and you feel nauseous and it doesn't feel too bad. You go to the next layer though, and if you try and go back up, you'll pass out, you'll start bleeding,
Whoa.
Things like that. Third layer down, like if you go up just a little bit, well, maybe that's the next layer, but like it's just progressively worse. So to a point where if you go far enough down, you will not be able to go up or you'll die.
Oh, so okay. So the further you go down, you can like get out, but the consequences of you getting out are just like really brutal to get out.
Yeah, until you just can't.
So you
go
just
out
like
anymore.
you're just donezo. You're down there and you're done.
And they're at a point now, like if you go 10, 20 feet up from your current location, you'll just start bleeding from all orifices and die.
Really?
What the fuck?
So wait, what happens if you're
it's
digging down? Are they digging, or is this just like a?
It's just a pit. It just goes down.
So they're just like on a ladder, just going down in this pit.
Well, it's not exactly that. There's all these crazy environments and monsters and things.
I see.
So it's varied terrain.
Yeah, I kind of see.
But it is essentially a downward pit.
Yeah, I see. Huh? So they just cannot go
terrible.
up.
It's just terrible. So everyone's trying to get to the bottom of this thing for
some reason. Something's got to be
even
good
though
down
they can't
there.
go back up.
Yeah.
And there's like these legendary people that are like they've come back. The people that have come back from the furthest depths are like these legends that are like, oh, they can
handle anything,
do crazy things and stuff.
Huh?
But it's
you
it's
have to because you probably have to survive the entire way down.
You go insane.
Yeah,
honestly,
go nuts. Yeah, maybe I'll pick that
There's
one.
There's a lot
up.
of good stuff coming out this season, I'd say.
That's good.
Yeah. What about Classroom Elite? That was the other one that got a second season. So in what,
I will be
10
watching
years?
it. I actually just noticed that I still need to watch that. You guys both haven't seen it, right?
No, I haven't.
not at all.
Is that just like a classroom, like kind of, I don't know, like superpowers kind of thing?
It's kind of a typical prestigious high school has to then compete against the students compete against one another to get to the top for some reason. You know, it's kind of that general thing, but it has twists that most of those shows don't usually have.
Oh, like interesting stuff. Okay.
Yeah, and especially the end of the first season was really good. So I definitely want to keep watching and see how it goes. It's more like it's like if Lelouch was combined with Light in a way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, that kind of strategic tactician type show. Political
Cool. I
maneuvering
always like that.
and
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, that's always fun. That's super fun.
Yeah, it's a good one. I've been enjoying it. I think that's it though. That's all the.
I saw one that popped up. It was the harem one.
The harem
Oh
one.
yeah,
I'm like,
I
whatever.
want to check that out too. That's
Harem in the
Harem
Labyrinth.
in the Labyrinth of Another World. So
That's
what
the
could go wrong with that
that's
one?
a word combo, right? It's like, okay, Labyrinth, that's cool. Another World, okay, that'll sell. Harem, okay, that'll sell. Put them all together, boom. It's like they're stuck in a name
That'll
generator.
sell.
I mean, this is just such a classic isekai.
Harem isekai, yeah.
Harem isekai. It's like the description here. High school student Michio Kaga was wandering aimlessly through life and the internet, even better, when he finds himself transported to a shady website to a fantasy world, reborn as a strong man who can use cheat powers. He uses his powers to adventure, earn money, and get the right to claim girls that have idol level beauty
Idle
to
level.
form his own harem.
Okay,
So I've not seen this, but I don't know if the kid is scum or if he's just like it happens, I'll watch an episode to
Is
see
this
what's going on.
If it's scummy, it'd actually be entertaining. But I feel like at this point,
Well, then you just get a redo. What was that show called?
Redo of a Healer. No,
Redo of a Healer.
I mean,
type
yes,
deal.
that's scummy. But I was thinking more of that's not even an isekai. But
Yeah, it is.
it is.
I think.
Redo of no. He just goes back in time. He's always a part of the world, but he just goes back in time, I think. And Redo Healer.
I don't-
No, the scummy one is
honest.
what's the mob character, that one last season. That was actually fun because like him playing the bad guy was pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. In the Otome game
Trapped in a dating sim.
one. Yeah. As a mob. It's like, oh, that's kind
I've
of fun.
also
It got
heard-
boring at the end, but yeah.
I really liked it. I finished that one. I also
I
heard
did too.
Vermel in Gold is airing this season.
What?
I don't know.
That's the most
how
pretentious
that's gonna be.
title ever. Vermel and
What is it?
Gold.
I don't know what Vermel means though.
Exactly. That's why I call it pretentious.
Oh, it is
Mhm.
pretentious. Vermel, also known as silver gilt, refers to high quality, pure or sterling silver that is plated with a thin layer of gold.
Yeah, this
So
is a
it's-
very pretentious anime.
It's another isekai. Wait, no, not an isekai, but he is just in a fantasy world, Magic Academy. But he fails. He sucks until he doesn't, and then
Oh, okay.
He
And then-
sucks until he gets good.
yeah, right. Until miraculously he gets good, and then he summons a super powerful person.
Okay, this is like the most generic anime with
It's
the most
super
pretentious
generic.
names.
It's really
It's actually
generic.
hilarious. I kind of want to like watch at least one episode just to say like I watched this and it's
Yeah.
exactly what we
And it's-
described here.
Yeah, it's exactly what you could expect from this kind of thing. Hey, I mean, you also got Rent a Girlfriend. That's this season. I don't know if you guys watched
true.
that.
Oh, yeah.
I do want to watch that at some point.
I can't. Again, I cannot stand.
Yeah,
the
I don't
main
know.
Character.
I don't think I'll watch that, but that is a big popular one.
Yeah.
The
If you
pickup-
want someone shitty, I mean, hopefully, like he'll reform a little bit, but I feel like he's still like. So
I've heard
scummy.
he doesn't.
He doesn't
I've heard he
perform.
Well,
doesn't.
then that makes me
How
want to
long-
watch it even less.
How
Sweet.
long could we
All
go
right.
on with this kid just like being a total dunce in the?
Yeah,
in
I
the
hate it
dating
too
world
because
here?
he's literally voiced by Kazuma,
Yeah.
and the
Oh, that's
main girl
funny.
is voiced by the same voice actor as Aqua, and so it's like
This is
I
confusing.
love
What
those
was
voice
show
actors.
Confusing.
what show this season did I watch where the main character was the same guy from Sword Art, but I think it was your uncle from another world. I think one of them.
the nephew or whatever is.
I think maybe
Voiced
the
by?
uncle is voiced by. No, he's not. It's not.
Wait, yeah. It turns out actually, this is actually Kirito, coming back. Like he was actually stuck in the what is it? The dream game or whatever it is, and then
Yeah, I have to need to watch another episode to figure it out. But the other one I was going to start watching this season was called My Isekai Life.
Oh,
I
God.
gained a second character class and became the strongest sage in the world.
Yeah.
what the fuck is these? Oh my god, these titles,
titles
man.
are
These
so-
titles.
Are so wild.
Let's see if this. He becomes a monster tamer. Yeah, that's about it. I haven't watched it yet, but we'll see
But
how
we'll
generic it is.
One of the ones
This
that I
is-
saw that looked kind of interesting was called RWBY. I've seen a lot of ads for
Ruby?
that one.
Oh, Ruby?
Yeah, Ruby. Yeah.
That's
It's
been
not-
around for a while.
Yeah.
Has it?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's not really technically an anime, is it? It's because it's
I
made
think
by
technically it
it's
is
Rooster
now.
Teeth.
Rooster Teeth makes it, but I think this new season is
It's an anime.
It's Japanese animated.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
RWBY is Japanese animated. It aired summer 2022 on July 3rd or something like that. And it's like ranked pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean,
so far.
I've seen the original show or parts of it. You know.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that could be fun.
So we'll see. I might pick it up actually because I wasn't fully sold on the animation style that they were doing. So maybe I'll
Yeah.
like it now.
Yeah,
If it's
There's
not
also-
3D,
yeah. I don't think it's 3D.
Yeah, I didn't like the 3D stuff.
There's also the maid I hired recently is mysterious. I saw
Wait,
a lot
what?
of ads for that one.
yeah.
The maid,
maid
I
I
hired
hired
recently
recently
is
is
mysterious.
mysterious.
The beautiful maid Lilith has recently been hired to care for the whims of her employer's son. So you know where this is going.
Oh yeah.
Yuri's overzealous
Oh,
skepticism
we
of
are.
her every action keeps him on edge as he suspects
Wait.
devious mischief being plotted behind his back.
So maid tomboy short haircut, like a pixie cut, and tanned.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to
Could be
watch
fun.
It's
this.
basically that one thing, the one girl that bullies the guy.
Oh, it's Nagato
It's
or
Maid
whatever.
Nagatoro.
Yeah, the one that Michael likes.
You like
Yep,
Nagatoro,
alright.
Mike? That Nagato scares me, honestly. I'm like freaked out when I
Yeah,
look
I
at
haven't
her.
watched
Really?
that show.
Yeah, she's just like frightening. She bullies this kid
The fir-
to like
okay,
tears, I'm pretty sure.
In the first
Bully.
episode, she does, and I was like, I don't know if I can watch this. And then after a while,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, it's just normal, like, yeah.
It's like the
That's how
hook.
they get you, though. I don't know. That sounds like an abusive relationship.
Yeah,
to me.
yeah. Like, well, let's
Yeah.
hook them with an abusive relationship. That's perfect. then we'll
Genius.
get more vanilla after that.
Right, more.
Well, you know me, guys. I don't really how to put this. It's hard for me to like
Oh,
Where
how
are
I
you
talk, how I
going
grew
with
up,
this?
right? Is like, giving each other shit, right? Like razzing each other is just like that's how you show affection. So unsurprisingly, the relationships I usually go for are the ones that
The ones where
are
you can,
somewhat
like,
toxic in that
rat
regard.
out each
But-
other.
Doesn't sound
Yeah.
exactly healthy. I'll be
I
honest.
feel like
but,
Nagatoro
you know.
like actually hurts his feelings. Like she's
Well, yeah.
actually mean to him,
and then
right?
and well, in the first bit, and then they get to the point where
But
it's
then
like
it gets better.
well, it gets to the point where it's mutual, and then it's like, okay, this is cool.
Oh, and he starts picking on her now. He starts
Yeah.
bullying her back.
He
Then it's
gets some
okay.
confidence, and then he's like, all right, cool.
Suck my butt.
Which is basically where I start off all the time. Let me, I gotta send
I
this in general.
still don't know about that. But you know, I don't know how I was going to lead this in, but I was talking about all the shows that I finished last season, and one of them was Shikamori.
Shikimori? Yeah.
And I started out like saying the show sucked, you know?
Yeah,
'cause
you
the main
hated
guy
it. You're like, I don't know if I
was
can do
terrible.
this. It looked cool,
and then I
but
finished it though. Like I kept watching it, and it's so good. It's really
why
good.
is it good? How does it go from being like not good to good?
It's weird to describe, but basically you like in a weird way, it's exactly what Michael was just saying. You know, it's like at first the show is like the characters don't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, why does this girl end up with this guy? I don't see it. And then by the end you're like, I see it. You know, this makes sense.
Yeah, it's like the weird kind of like, it's like
But in the
Odd
reverse
couples.
type of relationships that
Yeah.
Nagatoro is. In Nagatoro seems like this, abusive relationship. This is like a very healthy relationship.
Yeah. Well, it's the guy's a
So-
loser, and then the girl's like a badass. But then it's like, how did this guy
Essentially,
get
yeah.
this girl? I'm still curious on
Right.
how this works.
And they explain it. They explain the whole thing in the show. You know?
Hmm.
So like once you get to that episode, I'm like, man, I see it.
I see
This
it.
makes total sense. And then it ends. It's a very cute show, very cute slice of life,
Hmm.
I would say. Which I'm a sucker for, so I watch those.
I don't like it. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll consider it. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'll have to check out this maid one then. Who knows?
Yeah, the maid. This maid one.
There's also a golfing anime that was last season that I was gonna watch, but
Okay, what's the draw with golfing? Because a lot of my
general?
friends, yeah,
Golfing is just like
Really
I used
enjoy
to.
it.
do you golf? You don't golf, I take
I
it.
hate golfing. I
Have you ever
actually,
golfed, Colton?
Yeah, man. I used to hate it, but I've turned to love it. I used to
Really?
hate golfing. Yeah. I
Probably
So I
sucked.
did golf for
Probably
I did
'cause-
golf for 4 years in high school.
yeah,
Yeah, I
because now you
sucked.
can drink on the golf course.
Well, yeah, I used to suck because of baseball, but now I go to Top Golf and hit some balls, and it's just fun. It's just like kind of fun when you hit it straight. Even if I only do it 15% of the time, it feels so good when you hit it straight.
It's a game. It's
like hitting
I
balls.
like it because it's a game that is so one-sided. Like it's a personal journey,
Yeah,
Okay,
if you will. You're not playing
Individual.
against anybody, really. You're playing against yourself to just try and hit better
like the
every
Yeah.
hit.
yeah
And
better scores.
it's so the minutia of the game is immense. Like there's always some small thing that you can improve upon. The hard part is knowing how to do that. But because I did this for 5 years of golf, actually,
Mm-hmm.
if I do something wrong, I know how to correct it. So that makes it a lot more approachable for me because as opposed to most people, who have never taken any sort of golfing classes or courses, if you hit it wrong, shot to shot, you would have no idea why why the ball went way left all of a sudden.
Yeah.
For me, it's not so much that, like, because I know that if I put my mind to it, I would just do it. But for me, I just find it so boring. Probably because I really haven't golfed since I can drink, and I haven't. So it's like, if I was just drinking all the time on the golf course, then like maybe at that point, yeah,
it's definitely that ruins your shot. Like I don't really drink at all when I golf. I mean, maybe I don't think I've ever have actually. Because I'm like, I actually do want to improve my stroke, and I want to improve how I'm hitting the thing. So like I am usually quite focused when I'm golfing, and that was what I like about it, honestly. And it's one of those things. It's one of those sports where it's like, or activities in general, that's like, if you're not sold on it, you don't need to be, but there's definitely an appeal to some people for it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very relaxing to me too. It's kind of like sports aren't usually relaxing, and this is super relaxing. I can spend a lot of time in the sun. I can go out and be kind of active and do something with my time, but it's not like I'm just sitting in the sun. Like there's this weird it's like if I want to feel productive but also relax at the same time, it's like golfing is a good way to do it, because you're out there, you're improving a skill. You're just kind of in the sun, and it's not that hard to do. And I really like that. It's like a really good mixture of those things for me.
And Colton's right. Like if you hit a shot well,
so absolutely.
Yeah, it does feel good.
It does feel good.
Yeah, like you're looking around like, did anybody see that?
Yeah,
that was
that's
really good.
on the fairway, not the rough.
It also sounds perfect,
Yeah.
Like a good sounding shot. And you'll see this too if you're on either if you're like on a tee box or like just a range, where you're practicing. If you hear a good shot, you'll see people turn to look at it. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
And
I definitely agree with that.
You feel like a beast,
hitting balls is more.
Well, I mean, like this is like the ball hit with stick. There's many sports where you hit ball with stick, but the golf ball goes the farthest.
Ball with stick.
Yeah, the golf ball goes the farthest. Like you feel the most powerful in golf. You hit the ball and it travels more than a football's field's worth of.
Yeah, when you hit 300 yards, you're like, oh yeah.
I mean, like that, you feel like a badass. Like it's cool. Honestly, I would recommend going to Top Golf, hitting that, get like decently good at hitting shots like that.
Now, if you want to drink, go to Top Golf.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
or just honestly, drive range is cool. I don't know. Can you go to a drive range and like have a beer or two at a drive range while you hit? Yeah, that could be pretty fun. I think.
Yeah. Usually, the golf houses, the I don't know what it's called, the house, whatever, will sell alcohol, and then you can take that out to the range or whatever.
That'd be beautiful. I'd love that. Honestly.
You can also take it on the golf carts and while you're
that's true. That is part of the game.
They sometimes
too.
even go out and like will literally
there's usually like cart girls that come around and sell you stuff.
That's pretty
funny. Or you
funny.
go to the turn.
I've not heard of that. That's funny.
No, it's nice. I've been to nice courses and not nice courses, and there's usually a big difference, but there's a bunch of general stuff that they all do. So one of which is they pretty much all sell alcohol, and you can all take it with you.
Nice.
But I don't know. I agree, Colton, that it's like it is one of those things that's nice to get out. Like there's tons of golf courses around where I am, so I'll occasionally go out and just hit some balls.
Yeah.
So I can. Because it's something, it's because I really like being able to sit and focus on a task, and golf is like that for me.
Yeah.
Where I can just sit, I hit, analyze what just happened, work on improvement, try and fix it. And I go through like every club in my bag.
It's like a scientific method almost of trying to improve.
Yeah, I mean it's really quite specific in how you do it.
Funny. It's like the opposite.
And,
I'm like,
and then
ADHD,
after that, you go
like
some.
I need movement. I need like, I need excitement.
That's why drive range would be good for you though, because you're like boom, 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 go.
Yeah, it's like team deathmatch versus search and destroy.
Yeah, honestly. I honestly never thought I'd like golf when I first started playing. When I played it for the first time when I was like 8 or something. I was like, golf's so dumb. but now I like golf. I actually like watching golf more
We
than
should
I
go
like
golfing
playing.
sometime, Colton.
Wait, you
Yeah.
like watching golf?
I like watching
Yeah,
golf.
I watch golf.
Yeah, no, it's kind of it's chill. I don't know why. It's like the golf. I don't know. It's like more entertaining than baseball for me. It's like people are always
It's
doing.
like I don't usually put it on like on my TV,
Mm-hmm.
but if I'm at like a sports bar, of all the sports, I will watch golf as opposed to anything else.
Oh, okay.
More than football, more than anything like that?
Oh yeah, it's football.
What?
All that's dumb to me. It's like
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I might not watch golf first, but golf I would watch at home. Like if I
Yeah. Golf is
many
literally the last thing. It's like, well, no, wait. Tennis. Sorry, I'm tennis. I'm not
well,
going
it's
to watch
also
Really?
because you don't like
Tennis
the
is-
game in general. You know, like
tennis would be
like
so fun.
women's tennis, sure.
I
but
can appreciate the minutia in golf. So when I see someone hit well, I'm like, oh wow, that was really good. What
Yeah.
they do differently, you know? How can I do that?
People could just be on unbelievable runs, like they're just like really hot that day, and they just start beating all the like veterans and stuff like that, which
Yeah.
I've always found really entertaining. And you can go from big like really big deficits to like hitting birdie like 6 holes in a row and coming back to take like the one spot or something. I
Yeah,
don't
because
know.
that's a
It's like
pro
under-
level in golf. It's really close.
Yeah,
You know, like if you just hit birdie golf the whole time, you're gonna be doing great
yeah.
in the leaderboards. You know, because it's really hard to do.
It is really hard to
So-
do.
Yeah.
Man, if I could learn how to hit bogey golf, that's like peak me. I feel like that's my peak
Yeah, same, right?
golf. Is that like the standard? That's like the amateur standard, just to hit bogey golf, right?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That'd be cool. I mean, that means you're just not fucking up like crazy most of the time. It means you're actually hitting the ball straight, kind of on
Yep.
point.
Well, like you assume it's always what you want to work on is if you're on the green, the putting green, you want to be in 2,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So that means you need to get to the green with 2 shots left.
Yeah.
If you want to say make par,
Mhm.
you know.
Right.
So on a par 3, you want to be on the green in 1 shot.
Yeah.
Which is
That's-
doable because it's a par 3.
Yeah. For a newbie like
But
me,
it
it's
shows
hard.
how much of the game putting is as well.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, if you want to
Yeah.
be in 2, greens can be quite big sometimes. You
Yeah,
gotta,
they
like,
really
Yeah.
can.
And,
Get
and
near
putting
it.
is like putting in that is like just geometry and like doing the whole like getting down and like looking across the green.
Yeah, looking at the
grades.
lie, you know, and that's why
Yeah.
I like it too, because you really have to think about physics, honestly, about
Yeah.
how it's gonna work.
Yeah, yeah, it is cool. I know, like, I got a few birdies my last outing in golf, and that's
Oh,
also
nice.
rewarding. Like, you get 1 or 2. I got 1 or 2 the whole time. Then, you know, I'd triple bogey the next one. But there were a couple,
Sure.
you know, where I do hit that. It's like a par 4. It's a beginner course, so, like, the par 4 might be par 3 in some instances. But you hit it straight.
Sure.
It's on the fairway. It's on the, like, the edge of the green, and then I can, like, hit it in for a birdie. And I'm like, wow, that's like what I used to do in Wii Sports. It's like the same thing.
It's like Wii bowling.
It's like Wii Bowling.
Oh.
I used to love the Wii Sports golfing game. I was into golf games
Yeah?
when I
Oh,
was
yeah?
young. Yeah, it was such a lame game to be into, but
I love how that you hated golf, like physical golf, but you loved the golf
it's
game.
one of the reasons why I hated golf so much. I loved video game golf, like on the Wii, but then I could never play it in real life.
I feel
and,
the
like-
same way with like Wii bowling. I'm like, I don't really like bowling in general, but I'd go play Wii bowling with people.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's just the atmosphere too. It's like I don't want to be like in these gross shoes that I borrowed,
Mhm.
and
I don't know. Bowling's fun.
Eh.
Bowling's fun with a pitcher of beer. I'll be honest.
Yes,
I'll
if
say,
there's
I
alcohol
actually-
involved, it's going to be fun regardless. So
I actually have not had like drunk. I've not gone drunk bowling before. I feel like I should.
Well, I also have never been drunk, but you know, just
I've never been drunk, by the way,
buzzed at
guys.
least.
Oh, you mean at
yeah,
Not
bowling.
bowling.
I was say, yeah.
I was like, never been
Sean.
drunk. I'm gonna call bullshit on that one.
Yeah, that's extra.
That's
down
not
on
what I
that
said. Not what I said. I meant
That's
never
exactly
been
what you
drunk
said.
while bowling.
one. Yeah.
I think it would be dangerous for me. You know, I have a 20-pound weight swinging
Or
around.
just
It's probably not the best idea.
yeah.
So I abstain from that. But it is fun to do. Now mini golf, tons of fun.
That's
Oh, yeah.
also fun. Yeah.
I love
Honestly,
mini golf.
mini golf. I don't know. My mini golf. I did that a lot when I was a child. You know, I've played a couple cool courses as an adult, but it's been harder for me to find some amazing mini golf courses. I'm really into those like neon, dark lit neon putt golf.
I was gonna say that's the last time I had really fun mini
Glow
golf. It
golf?
was in Vegas
Oh yeah.
because there was a dark light mini golf thing there.
That'd be
That was
good.
so much fun.
That is pretty fun.
Honestly, our VR chat golf was very fun too.
That was. I want to do that again.
Yeah, we should
that
do
was
that
really
again.
fun.
Because that is really fun. That is a fun way to do mini golf. Who needs real golf? Mini golf.
We need to
In
Virtually.
VR, yeah. And
In
I
VR.
love
if you just
the
get
crazy
used to like
courses.
the swing, you know.
Yeah.
That's true.
And the crazy courses make it, right? Like, that's the fun. Like, I remember I did mini golf. I was down in the coolest one I've been to was like I think it was in Myrtle Beach in South Carolina.
Oh, nice.
And they had like this pirate themed one, and it was so cool. Like, you literally putted through a waterfall, and it was like all
Yeah, see, I've
It
never
was so
been to like
awesome.
a course that's like that from the movies. You know,
Really?
yeah.
I want to do that one day
That was cool. But glow golf is the shit.
because I've never gone through like a one of those windmills. You know,
Yeah.
Never done
really?
that.
Yeah, those are cool. Those are cool.
Yeah, they just seem like
Yeah.
something only seen in TV shows or movies. And I
Yeah,
want to
right.
actually go to one.
Mm.
But
I just love the mechanisms behind it. Like, I love like when you have like the multiple holes and like the more complicated mechanisms you get going.
Mhm.
Like, shoot, if they had one that literally launched your balls, I'd be like, all right, this is pretty
That'd be
awesome.
cool.
I don't know.
like a like a pinball launcher type deal.
Yeah, right. So you have to like hit it in the right spot, and it like,
Yeah,
but
I
there's
just
like a
think
little
maintenance for that
RNG.
is why they don't have them.
Yeah, right.
That's why you only exist in video games.
Yeah, because
But
there's
I bet there's something like that in the VR one.
Oh,
Oh,
there
there's
is.
definitely stuff like
Remember
that.
the literally there's one that there was like a it was a cable car that you had to put your ball in a cable car. Yeah, that ain't happening in real life.
No.
You want to know what VR has helped me with significantly in these recent times?
What's
Keeping on the topic of sports here, but man, I bought this ping pong VR game called Table Tennis or something like that.
Really?
Yo, it's so good. It's on Quest. You can buy it for like $10. But I played a real IRL ping pong game. I like played this VR ping pong like once a day for a while for like 3 months. Got up to like there's like easy, medium, hard, world class champion, and I was playing the world class people. And I was
Wow.
like schooling kids online. Like here, like honestly, you can do like just matchmaking, open mic, casual matches. I would do that. And I unfortunately, since I'd get like a lot of people that are like under the age of 15, so but I'd play them, and then they just rage quit because I'd be schooling them so hard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's kind of toxic, but honestly, some of those kids were really good. They were like, they're just sitting there like serving like crazy things. Like they just spent all day on this game. But I was getting to the point where I could beat them. Like your serve can't get past me. So, but IRL.
This is-
back to my story. IRL.
Okay.
I played a match like with someone who was actually pretty good at golf, and I did not win, but I kept up well with him. Like he was doing some real fancy serves, I was returning them. My big thing in ping pong is like I'll return. I'm very aggressive returner. Like I don't do any spins or stuff. I just hit it hard back at you no matter what. And I was doing that, and I was getting them. I was like, wow, I'm like going on a arc right now. I could do a ping pong arc in my life to become,
Ping pong
legitimate
champion.
ping pong champion.
Yeah, you're like
This is-
Forrest Gump. You're going over to China to.
Oh God, yeah.
This is the thing that's crazy about Colton is because this is the first I'm hearing about this ping pong thing.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for months and has not told any of us.
like
And then she's like, "Yeah, guys, I just became a ping pong champion." Like, what the heck? Out of the blue.
I have been doing it like on the side here for like I haven't done it in a few months, but this was like months past. Like the past 6 months up to the past or like 2 months ago, I was doing this regularly, and it was great. It was a good time.
No Beat Saber anymore.
This would be like
No
if
Beat
all of a
Saber.
sudden I was like, "Hey guys, by the way, I've been doing pogo stick champions."
Yeah.
for
By the way, I was
Right,
like,
yeah.
It's
I
like,
just landed my
what?
first backflip on the pogo stick, and there was a guy on
You guys
camera.
would be like, "What are you talking
Like, what's
about?"
going on? Yeah. Yeah, that's the fun stuff. We all got to come up with some crazy hobby. Just like pick a hobby, develop it for like 3 months, and then just like tell each other about it, like how it's been going. Or
Yeah.
better yet, we pick each other a hobby that they have to commit to for the next like 3 months.
That would be kind of
Oh,
fun.
man.
That'd be fun or
So, okay,
toxic.
If you guys had like a hobby like that, you'd say like, oh, this is something I would do. Like, what is it?
That like I don't like. Is it a hobby?
Not like related to your job, right?
Yeah. There's a couple I already know
Does
that
golf count? Can I do that?
disc golf.
You're talking new hobbies
New
or like
new hobbies, yeah.
Yeah.
new hobbies?
Like for me, I was gonna say like I'd like to try like voice acting as a hobby, but I already have the equipment for that, so I'm not gonna say that.
Mhm.
I feel like
Yeah, that's the main thing, right? Is like having equipment. For me, it'd be woodworking.
well, I mean,
like I really like
you wouldn't have the equipment for any hobby that you don't do. So
you could like
what'd you say, Michael?
woodworking. I really like. So I built my desk, right? And after that, I was like, this is like really fun. There's something about the like
I never
meditative
saw
about
pictures
it.
of that.
Yeah. What?
You sent me pictures. I hadn't seen your new desk.
Yeah. It's literally one of the old desks from Hubbard, and I took the frame out of it, and then I rid all the wood on it.
Did you really?
That's funny.
See, this is the same thing that I was just saying. That I didn't know you did
it's
any
like
of this.
the same thing. No, it doesn't tell us. By the way, I just built everything in my room.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I like it. I find it very meditative, like just like the whole process. Like I did, you know. So like with this, right? Ron Swanson would probably shoot me for saying this, but I did use a stain and I used a urethane coat because I want to make it waterproof. But yeah, basically I got a piece of aspen, and then because I like the
How could you
butcher
tell
block.
it was aspen?
It was labeled aspen. That
Dang.
it's also
Because the
very
way it
light
is.
wood. Very light
the
wood.
way it
Yeah,
is.
I put a walnut stain on it though.
Oh,
Because I like the color for it, so it's got like a nice pattern to it, and yeah,
Mahogany.
it's not mahogany, but
Damn.
I wish, man, that I would not
Good
stain.
desk to be
Mahogany.
made out of mahogany.
mahogany's a good wood. Honestly, I'm such a sinful
trying to think
engineer. Sorry, Sean, were you gonna?
Sinful engineer.
I was just gonna say, like, on to Mike's thing. I don't like woodworking. I don't know why. I feel like I should as an engineer, and I do build stuff. I do like design, so like woodworking would be a great like additional supplement.
No, it's probably because you do it as a job, right? Like for me,
Maybe.
I do like IT stuff. Like I get tired now. I'm like, fuck, do I have to really like do computer troubleshooting on my own?
On my
right
own computer, yeah.
now? It's like, you know, sometimes I'll be like, okay, we don't want to lab stuff, but that's like if I want to go into the environment, right? But like if it's just a day-to-day thing where it's like, fuck, I got to troubleshoot my computer. I'm like, god damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
for me, it's like
yeah. So
it's also like patience too. It's like cutting the smooth, straight lines, and I'm just like, no, I would want to get this done. Let's get her done, and then I don't cut smooth, straight lines, and it's like it requires a lot of like patience to like get stuff.
patience, accuracy, yeah, and like it's all about like the method, right? It's like the tools and the method, and I feel like it's weird because I say like I hate golf because it's boring, but for whatever reason, though, when I was doing the woodworking, it was so meditative. Like I actually like, you know, normally if it's something that's kind of like, you know, ADHD, I want something like active / like, you know, stimulating.
Yeah.
But this is like so meditative, just doing like, especially the sanding part, just doing, because I was just, you know, going over with a bunch of really nice sandpaper, like going to like down to 5,000 grit. I didn't do 10,000 because it's too much. But yeah, when I was smoothing that thing out, right, like I was just going back and forth. Just like the feeling of it. There's something. It was just felt meditative. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
I'm trying to think of any sort of surprising hobby that I have that you guys have not heard about. I don't think I have one though.
I mean, rock climbing
think,
is your main.
rock climbing
Yeah,
is
but everyone
hobby.
knows about that. It's
Collect-
usually
Yeah.
one of the first couple things I say when I meet somebody.
You apparently collect records.
Yeah,
I just bought a couple new records this weekend.
Coldplay.
No, I own all the Coldplay I need to.
Which ones don't
I
you
brought
have?
anything past the first 5 albums. I don't have. I might get Milo Zyla, but I don't think I need that one on record. But I got a Death Cab for Cutie. That's the one that's on my thing right now.
Yes.
Trans something.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
Transcendent.
No, transcendentalism.
Oh, I totally thought you were trying to say Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
No, the band is Death Cab for Cutie. The name of the album is Trans something.
Oh, okay.
And then a couple other things I got. I finally got the second album from Mumford & Sons, Babel.
Babel. Okay.
That's like probably my favorite album that they've made. So I got that.
Nice.
And I have their first album as well. So I needed to keep going.
All
And
right.
I got a Chili Peppers record, and then I got something else that I can't quite remember right now. But I played all of them yesterday.
Oh,
That
nice.
was pretty fun.
That's cool.
All right. So I think
As I
back
was
to-
reading Mushoku Tenzin.
Yeah. Back to your question though. What hobby would you make? Like say like, Sean, I'm gonna make you. You should garden since you're in an apartment.
Oh, you're just gonna be
How
like
is that possible? Like it's not like I can't
figure
do
it out.
that.
Figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out, motherfucker.
I
But
don't know
like,
if that's gonna happen.
what hobby would you guys like say like, okay, I gotta pick out for someone, maybe, or how about this? Try to pick it out, but something that they may actually enjoy.
Yeah.
Just like, out of the blue.
We could force Sean to like be really good at the piano because he's got the equipment right there.
I do want to actually do that.
Yeah,
That is a
yeah.
hobby I would like to do.
That would be something he could actually learn. Well, it's like one of the easier things we could assign him because it's right there, and he has one.
Yeah, I honestly haven't touched it yet.
You do want to do it. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty bad.
And can you upload it to like? Can it plug into your computer and you can like tie it to? That's pretty awesome.
I have that application that you see on all the piano videos, the thing that comes down.
Yeah.
And you do. It's called Synthesia.
Synesthesia.
Yeah. So I have that. So I would like to learn piano.
Force Sean to do that.
It's a nice piano. It's a nice keyboard. It's a full 88 key keyboard.
Looks good.
Same as a real grand piano. And they're fully weighted keys. So they have the feel of an actual piano.
Huh.
It's a really nice keyboard that I got probably like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Why'd you get it? Just because you wanted to have a?
Because I wanted to learn to play piano. And then I realized I didn't have any room in my room at the time. And then I didn't have any room in college. And now I have room. My whole excuse for since I got this thing is I didn't have room. Now I have room. I have not touched it.
Yeah.
Well, perfect.
In 6 months.
It's a whole like beast of a thing to learn though. It's tough to learn.
Yeah.
What would we make Mike do?
I was on track though. I was starting to learn sheet music and things like that.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That'd be good.
I was doing the thing.
One thing I do want to do is hopefully this winter is scuba.
Oh,
I'd like
scuba
to
would
get
be
my
cool.
scuba certification.
That is not an easy hobby.
That
to
is
get
not
into.
easy.
It is
hobby to get
not,
into.
but I would like to get it. Just because there's some places close to me that where you can get it. So I'm like, well, fuck, why I should do it. And my dad has his, and so then we could actually go on a dive together sometime.
Scuba diving sounds like it'd be a lot of fun, but it also sounds like it'd be a really expensive hobby. You know?
I mean, yeah, you have to buy tanks and you have to have the wetsuit. I mean, I already got a wetsuit, but it's something that I just want to have the certification for because it's something I want to learn. Right? Is like have the ability because for me it's like okay, I have the freedom to now go doing this. Right? It's like oh, you don't want to dive? Here's my certification. Let's go. Like
I have too many expensive hobbies. I cannot get another one.
Is rock climbing that expensive?
Rock climbing is expensive.
The memberships are crazy for rock climbing.
Gym membership is expensive. You know, the shoes are fairly expensive. Luckily I don't do the stuff that's like continual expenses, like trad climbing. That's just too much. But bouldering, you just need a crash pad. Those are expensive.
Who
Golf's
needs a crash
expensive.
pad?
Golf's
Yeah,
expensive.
just
I mean,
get
like
good.
Yeah, just don't
golf
fall.
cooking is
expensive.
expensive.
Cooking's
not
actually
expensive.
Cooking can be. I guess it depends.
Cooking, if you want nice, good ingredients, are
It
expensive.
depends on what
Yeah,
you're doing
or
because
or good good stuff like a knife.
Yeah,
like I don't have any
things.
nice
good
knives.
knife.
Yo.
Oh man, and
Good knife is like
in this
$700.
economy,
in
In
this
this economy?
no. Here,
I can't deal with
here's
that.
the thing. Sorry, you can get. There's a whole website dedicated to Japanese knives. You got to find it. It's great.
Ooh,
Go.
what's it called?
I have no idea. I forgot what the name was.
Thanks for the information,
But
Colton.
there is.
I've heard
it-
there's some cheap ones.
Yeah, you get cheap. They're not like crazy expensive. It's like some of the best knives are like just $200.
Yeah.
What
I
you
actually-
need is a better sharpener.
I
not a better
heard the
knife.
Babish knife, the binging with Babish knife is actually pretty decent.
Binge,
for,
he
like
has
a
his
starter off
own
knife.
knife. Binging with
I want
Babish.
Soma's knife, like that style knife is what I
Oh,
want.
like
Oh,
a
that seems-
Dalmaskin,
That's
whatever.
that's the Japanese style chef's knife, right? It's the
Yeah.
7-inch, 8-inch blade. It's
I
like
have that.
very triangular.
yeah,
I want that.
I have.
Yeah,
It's
that
the
would be
what's
so
what's
good.
it
I
called?
only have a French style set.
Thick knife.
It's called something. I
knife.
forgot what it was called. It's not chef knife because that's the American version.
No.
It's called something. It's called Santoku knife.
The what?
Santoku. That's what it's
Santoku.
called. That's the type. That's the style knife.
Rentoku?
Santoku.
I want one of those.
Santoku.
Santoku knife.
Santoku knife.
All right, I see this.
I'd buy one. I'd spend like 150 on a nice knife.
I want to spend like seriously $400 on a fantastic knife. But first I have to use my knives more. I have one knife that I don't use it very often, but yeah.
Do you guys use all your knives? Because I use this pretty much the same. I also do like almost one type of cutting, but I really only use two knives.
I only need like a bread knife, my chef's knife, which is my Santoku knife, and I like a peri knife or a petty knife, whatever the small little guys are. That's all I really
Yeah.
need.
I use.
I don't
I
use
have.
a pairing.
I have a paring. I usually use a paring knife. I don't really use a bread knife most of the time. Chef's knife, obviously, for chop stuff up. But I also have a I don't actually know what type it is. It's slightly shorter than a chef's knife. But I use it a lot for butterflying or cutting up meat because it's probably my sharpest knife. I don't know why that is, but it just is, and it's just like the perfect. It's just the perfect size for like just cutting through stuff. So I don't know.
I
what type of knife it is,
use
but it's nice.
I'm trying to find it on like some sort of knife guide.
Yeah, right. I was just looking up the Japanese ones. I'm like, where are all
I
these? I'm like,
use
oh, these are
actually
nice.
one of the main knives I use in my thing. It's called Saniskew knife.
Saniskew.
Sanskew. It's more or less what I use, and then I use a chef's knife if I need to cut like something big.
Oh,
but-
I see your Santoko knife. Yeah. I don't really like that one. I don't like because of how the edge is. Like, it's not bad for chopping like veggies or anything on a cutting board, but I'd rather prefer a chef knife for that. I don't know.
I can't find the knife that I use. It's like closest to that.
Yeah. The one I really want to get is like the.
I want a nakiri knife. That's what I want.
Is that the flat headed one?
Yeah.
Yes. I want one of those too. I was
I
just
want the
I was
nakiri
looking
and
at
the
that.
usuba knife.
Yeah.
Those are exactly what I want.
I love that because you look at Japanese or Chinese cooking and they have like these just big knives and they just do everything with it. And we're like, yes,
you just cut everything. It's so nice.
And I think they're single bladed too, single edge. So it's like where instead of being like a triangle, it's like a
I see a diagram here. It's just
one edge is sharpened versus both.
I don't know the term for it, but
yeah.
But I will, get one of these. The problem is now I have a, you buy a knife block set, right?
Yeah.
But how do I store my extra knives? Like, that's the problem. I want one of those magnetic things that go on the wall, but I can't put anything in my wall right now because I have an apartment.
Just get like sheaths, right? You can get knife sheaths, I think. That's what
yeah.
I had one that came with my knife
but
that
then
I
I want to
used.
store it nicely.
You want to like hang it.
I just want it to look nice and easily accessible.
Mm-hmm. For home defense.
Yeah, for home defense.
Yeah.
Okay, I found the blade grinds thing. So a lot of knives are the saber grind, or a convex grind, but what the Japanese ones are chisel grinds. That's what they're called.
Because it's only one side, right? That's sharpened. It's not both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. The thing I want to do too is I don't have a true whetstone, and I need to get a whetstone.
Yeah, I want a whetstone too.
I just don't know like which ones to get. Like, so what's the one you have then?
So I just found. So now that I'm going to talk about it, you're going to get ads for it. But if you've heard of wasabi knives, you've probably seen the ads on Instagram.
I think so. Yeah.
So it's just this not dumb. It's a fairly smart little system that lets you get the angle right and uses these small whetstones. But they're like, it's expensive. But like wasabi knives is expensive. And I was looking at this thing and thinking I could build that myself for like $30 bucks out of materials.
You think so?
So I just found another, it's super simple. So I just found another brand that has the exact same thing for $30 on Amazon and ordered that. And it works the exact same. If anything, you get that, and then you just buy someone else's whetstones if you wanted to.
Yeah, and just sharpen it the way you need it to. But it's all about the
all whetstones are basically the same. There are probably people that argue with me on that, but
yeah,
I mean, as long as it's made correctly, I think it's the advertised grit that it is, then it's fine.
But it's about the handle and like the balance of the knife. You don't get that with these cheap knives. You don't get the perfectly balanced.
We're just talking about whetstones, sharpening, not the.
I think the sharpness is more important than the balance of your knife, just because you need to cut. You're doing it to cut through stuff. Like the balance is nice. It's always great to have, but like if you have a dull ass knife, you're gonna like hurt yourself because it's
true.
It's gonna.
The last time I sharpened my knives with my stuff, I think it was awesome. Like everything cuts through amazingly.
Okay, that's great.
Butter.
Yeah,
it's getting to the point where I need to sharpen again. So
and you just like use the honing, the little honing. I remember learning how to do that. It was fun doing like the
one of my
honing.
Big complaints about when I was living with my parents is they never sharpen their knives.
That would be pretty annoying.
Yeah,
like we cook at home all the time.
Yeah.
Never sharpen the knives.
Man.
I'm like, how
How do you do this? How's
It
this work?
just makes the life more difficult not having a sharp knife.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it, like
It's
a
one of the
really
things I
sharp
wanted
knife.
to buy when I moved out on my own.
Yeah,
Just
a
having
really sharp knife is so nice too.
It's so
like,
satisfying.
It
Just to be like,
it goes right through everything.
Yeah.
honestly, you could buy like those sharpeners for like $8, and it's like not a whetstone, but you hold it and you just like slide the knife through like a V cutout.
Yeah,
I've
and
used
that's
those.
easy.
The problem with them is that some like the one I
They don't work
fucked
for
up my
all
knives,
blades.
Mm-hmm.
and I fucked up my one of my knives because I tried using that thing, and it's like the wrong. It was like the wrong angle for it. Just,
Yeah.
like, it wasn't the same, and like it really screwed it up, and it's not as sharp. But I've tried it.
Like that would not work for Japanese knives.
No, but
Oh,
for
yeah,
your
yeah.
parents who never sharpen their knives,
Yeah.
that is the way.
For a general American cutlery set. it
Yeah,
would work
yeah,
really
just
well.
a box knife set, a box, knife block kind of thing.
So
that'd work.
Wait, we
you
got
know,
off track though. Colton, what would be the hobby? What's Colton's hobby? This is the question.
We need to see
One
what
that
my
we're
hobby
getting
is.
into.
My hobby.
Well, I could say anything, and he's probably been like, "Oh, I tried that for 3 months." Well, like 2 minutes ago.
right?
Man,
He's already an expert.
I want to try. I mean, one of them is gonna.
You should try rollerblading.
Oh, really? You're gonna make me rollerblade?
I'm just a suggestion. I'm not going to make you do anything.
I mean, I guess it sounds fun. I'd rather try snowboarding.
I would like to do ice skating more.
Really? I would like.
Yeah.
I would
We've
like.
gone ice skating.
Ice skating's
We have.
okay. I don't know. I fall. I'm always like.
Yeah, I do too, but I wanna get better at it.
I could never get it. Like we went twice back at MSU.
We did go at MSU kind of a
Yeah,
bit.
you had some issues. I remember.
I just could never like figure out the motion.
Yeah.
So I learned how to like ski skate, right? Where you like you're using your skis to move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I think it's like I just try to apply that, and my muscle memory just thinks that versus like trying to learn it from new, right? So it's like my glass is already full. I need to like empty my glass and
Sure.
And relearn.
yes.
All right, so we're gonna make Sean learn how to play the piano. Mike, you're gonna learn how to scuba, I guess.
We'll see. I need to look into it.
We need to
because
like,
of-
but
I
these are like hobbies. We need to make each other learn weird, strange hobbies, and then we report back on that. Like
Okay.
Sean has to learn how to
Weird,
like,
strange hobbies.
or like something I can't do. I can't like down a beer in 3 seconds.
Oh.
Like if I poured it into a
That's not a
glass,
hobby. That's just a party trick.
That's
just drinking
I,
beer fast.
You know what
That's
I really
my
want to
hobby.
do? I don't know if it's a hobby, but I really want to get good at a kendama.
What's that?
Oh
You know what that thing's called?
dude.
It's the little
yeah.
thing that
A
it has
butterfly
a
knife.
ball and a string,
Oh,
and you,
no.
toss it up and you catch it or on the spike.
I know what you're talking
I think
about.
it'd be really cool to be
I
good
thought,
at that.
I thought you were talking about the butterfly knife. I want to learn how to do the butterfly knife tricks.
Oh no, I'm scared of those.
No, what I want to
You
learn
just
how to
get a
do.
training knife. They're
Sorry, I want to learn how to do the cool pencil twirls.
oh
That's what we should have a challenge where we try
I
to
always
learn.
wanted to do that as
We
a
should have a
kid.
challenge to like learn that. We just learn that because we all want to learn it, and then just like challenge each other to like pencil twirl duels.
Oh god.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It sounds like great content.
right.
I don't know what we're thinking.
Sounds good.
Pencil.
I'm down.
That's an amazing YouTube
on YouTube
video
right now, I bet.
I went to
YouTube.
learn like I went and learned pencil twirling tricks. That's a great content. That's great content.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
I would love to learn that too. I'm down. This is a bet we made.
I'm gonna spend like 2 hours a day just working on flipping my pencil. Ow.
Yeah.
Wow,
No,
it's
I
like
do,
the
I do
magic,
want
it
to learn
just
the, it's
disappeared.
the ballast
It just
song.
disappeared.
Yeah, the ballast song tricks look really fun. Just because like it's a total like fidget, right? It's a perfect fidget
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And so you can just like learn that on the side, and you're just like just doing that.
Man, I'm so good. I'm
I lost my
already
pen.
so
I
fantastic.
I flicked it somewhere and it's gone. I don't know where it went.
Okay, does this look like I'm twirling it? Yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
Woo!
Real good there, man.
I'm like just literally shaking my hand around. Huh. In this economy, I can learn anything. That's you got to learn. You got to learn everything yourself in this economy. So there's
Yeah,
there's
you gotta teach
no
yourself.
time for lessons
because there's no tomorrow.
because there's no
So
tomorrow.
you gotta learn it today.
Oh my god.
I feel we've been really trying to lead you into economy here, Michael, and you've not been taking the bait.
Yeah. Try to,
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted to talk about another podcast, we can do that too.
I was
but-
thinking about another podcast because I feel like we have a lot of stuff to talk on it.
That's-
With everything.
That's fair.
But,
Sure.
it's just something that I've been keeping up on. And it's just been like, I find the whole world of economics and geopolitics very fascinating. So I always like try to like keep my mind going on it. And yeah.
Well,
So
Mike, if you want
I
to
try
do
to
it,
stay apolitical, but
yeah, Mike, if you want to do it next week, do you want to just host next week
yeah.
instead of me, and then you can like
Sure, why not?
take the conversation, and I'll plan something
lead.
for the week after.
All right.
I'm gonna plan something. I'm gonna plan a game or something. I don't know. We'll plan some fun
Live
stuff.
podcast scheduling. You heard it.
You heard it
first
here.
now.
This is it's right now. I actually didn't think this would be in the podcast, but that's fine.
I mopped today.
That's a segue.
I mopped my floors.
Mopping.
Have you guys ever mopped your
I've
floors?
never
God, no.
cleaned my floor. I'm just kidding.
Wait, what? Oh, that's right. The cleaning fairy does everything.
Yeah. No, we recently mopped our floors, and actually mopping's pretty high tier.
Like a Swiffer?
No, I got
Mopping's high tier. What does that mean?
mopping is great. We got this mop from our Carly's parents, and it works so well. Like mopping's better than Swiffers.
Well, yeah.
It is.
What do you mean?
I don't know. A lot of people just use their Swiffer. Like mopping, people when you actually mop, it's so much better.
Oh, you say like get an actual mop as opposed to
just
like something that's just a kind of a wet wipe type
yeah,
deal.
yeah. Like we got this mop that like it's got a bucket, it's got a mop, and then you use them together
and
to
you
mop.
squeegee it out.
Yep. And
That's disgusting, dude.
This is
it's all
high,
like the gross water.
No. It's
fresh
fresh
water.
water. It's got soap. It's got the mechanism.
You've played cleaning sim or Viscera cleanup
Yeah,
yourself.
you just
How
like
it works.
like stab the stains and it goes away. And this mop though has a centrifugal force drying system where you put it into a little basket and it spins the mop. It detaches the head of the mop and then it spins it and it dries it. So then you can then take it out. That's like the squeegee part,
That's
and then
mop
it again.
technology right there.
Man, it's so cool, man. It's like the coolest
You gotta
thing.
send me what this is because I've never even heard of this.
I'll show you.
Yeah,
it.
same.
It's pretty cool. It's like super cool.
I just
really
have
fun.
like the regular, wet wipe Swiffer type thing.
Oh, okay.
But even that's just like enough, like I just because like you're cooking in the kitchen and you get some egg on the floor, and you can wipe it up, but there's still
There's
gonna
still
have
some
some
residue, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you every once in a while you guys got to mop, to get all that cleaned up.
So you're saying this is the
No, if I
first
drop an
time
egg,
you
I just
mop?
use paper towel and shit.
No, this is not the first time I've mopped, but
Oh, okay.
first time in a while I would say because my floors are I'm not gonna lie, pretty clean. I don't necessarily spill too much. There's not much dust. Jeff gets pretty much everything.
You've named it. You've named your robot.
Have you labeled him yet?
Yeah, well, I mean, like physically labeled him.
Yeah, you gotta
or
put a
like,
label on him, man. You
No,
gotta put a little name tag.
My name the app. My
name is
called it the
Jeff.
app. My name
My
is
name's
Jeff.
Jeff.
Name's Jeff. Huh. Nice.
So it's I haven't needed to in a while, but I felt I should have recently, so I did, and it was very nice.
That's good. Mopping is another one of those
Adulting, man.
beautiful adulting items. Yeah, it's
It's one of those things though. Like I think a lot about about how to make things more clean.
You're the only one of us who thinks this way,
yeah.
Sean.
I definitely am like mopped. Good. I'm good. I'm good to go.
Yeah, I'm like,
Well,
it's
I'm like, okay, I've mopped, yes, now, but what about the carpet? Like, how can I improve the carpet's cleanliness? Like, I
Yeah.
try to, I think of this, I think on this occasionally, and I try and, I don't really act upon it too much, I'll be honest, but I think about it.
Right.
yeah.
I think what
contemplate
can I
it?
do to make this better? Eventually I will, and then I'll figure something out, but, because Jeff takes care of it for the most part. But
yeah.
But occasionally, I'm like, well, what if there's something gets stuck in the carpet? How do I fix that? How do I clean
Yeah.
this?
Carpets
Oh,
are
steamers.
Steamers?
That's where it's at. You ever use a
Shampoers?
Steamer.
Steamers are awesome.
Yeah. I remember. This is going way back, but I remember my mom. She had rented one of those because we were moving apartments when I was a kid, and yeah, that thing was awesome. You'd like go over it and like it'd suck up. Like we had a cat, right? And like you don't think, oh, a cat's like she shed a bit.
Yeah,
but,
they
like,
shed-
you know,
Oh, I have a cat. I know.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then also you're like, wait, there's a bunch of dirt and crap too, especially on the most walked areas, and you just like you see it get like sucked up into the steamer. 'cause
It's
like a clear thing.
disgusting. Yeah, I never think about that, but man, this carpet that I've been living in my apartment, it's like 3 years old. It needs to be destroyed. It needs to be burned. picked up.
Burned
like
the steak.
like yeah, it's so old. I want hardwood floors in my next apartment. Honestly, if I can just do full
No, dude, hardwood floors. Okay, hardwood floors are a pain.
Hardwoods are great.
They're a pain.
They're great, but they're a pain to. Depends on what kind of wood. Like if you have a dark hardwood, that's going to show every scratch, and also it's going to show all the oil and stuff. Because if you like walk barefoot across hardwood, right?
Yeah.
It leaves like this oil.
I guess that's
and so you have
true.
to make sure
Yeah.
clean that.
Yeah. Which is why I mop too.
Yes, then you just mop. Then you're good to go. You're done.
Okay, so here's the thing. I have determined recently a next level Roomba that if I ever had money, I would get. I could not afford this
Wait
right
a minute.
now.
So this
but
is
I would,
like true.
If I got like a huge pay bump, I would 100%
What is it?
get this thing.
What is it called?
This is called the Roborock S7 Max V Ultra.
What the?
All right,
fuck?
let's play. Let's see if
That's a lot of different.
On Amazon.com. This is a $1,400 Roomba. It mops and vacuums in the same robot, and it does this all intelligently. So it won't mop the carpet. It knows it's carpet and won't put down the mop part for it. And it has like all these next level optical avoidance systems. It's just like the best Roomba.
so
that's
it's
out
a
there right
Roomba
now.
on steroids.
honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at it. It does look neat, but honestly, it just looks like another Roomba. I feel like it's just gonna die in like 3 weeks. Like it's gonna get scuffed up and stuff, and this beautiful $1,400 robot is gonna just die.
Well, I mean, Jeff here did not cost me nearly that much, and it's looking fine, and doing great still. And it's been 7 months.
Max suction of 5.1 kilopascals. Oh, that's a kilopascals of suction. That's pretty suction. That's a lot of suction right there.
I'm just saying, if I had money, I would buy this. I 100% would buy this. If I had disposable income like that, yes, I would. It's the dock station is massive because it has it has the good water and then the bad water that it like cycles out of it.
Yeah.
And auto refills, auto cleans itself, and then the empty like just regular trash receptacle. Oh, it's so
If I ever
cool.
did, I will say, if I was ever an engineer for a company that worked on Roombas, I want to be an engineer for this company, the Roborock, because building
self-refilling, self-emptying, self-cleaning, self-washing,
everything.
it will generate a 3D map of your house.
That's pretty cool, actually.
I feel like it should just deliver me my food
vertical
too,
as
though,
well.
at this
Like
rate.
it does
Yeah.
everything.
No. You gotta get the Roomba that screams, though. You gotta add that add-on. I hope they have it as an add-on.
He uses LiDAR navigation.
LiDAR.
It has
Yeah,
a
true. That's right.
multi-directional floating brush.
It would never run into anything, so it'd never swear. Damn.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That was the whole point.
This optical avoidance is next level. Like this is like, it's so good.
I'm gonna look up at like.
I really want this thing, but I cannot justify
Yeah.
$1,400.
That's like
Yeah.
stupid.
Do I continue to
amount.
$1,500
drive
after
my
tax,
car?
probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Do
It's
continue to
I
drive
think
my
it's just the
car?
best Roomba there is right now. It's just hands down. So like, I would totally get this thing. It also is bigger than a lot of other Roombas. So there is that.
Well, that docking station is ridiculous.
The Verge gave it a 8.5 out of 10.
You need an entire closet dedicated to that thing with like its
I think
own
it's
doggy door.
also the only Roomba that mops and vacuums at the same time. I don't think because Roomba or like iRobot or whatever the other ones are, they have two separate ones for it, but this one does both.
Cool.
Man,
Not sponsored by the way, but
cool
like
story,
man,
bro.
I really want one.
they're rated highly. They're actually rated pretty well, even though they're expensive as shit. They're like, yeah.
On Amazon,
worth
it has
Well, it
61
better be.
ratings, and it's a 4.6 out of 5.
Man,
Yeah.
Which
it better be rated highly.
six? I don't know about you guys, but like if I'm on Amazon and I see 61 ratings for something, that to me is just all bots.
that's sketch
You know?
to me. Yeah, that's
sus,
sketch
yeah,
to me for
if-
sure.
Like
Shit,
I'm-
anything less than like around 1,000, I'm like, are those bots? Like,
500, I would say is all right, depending on the. I mean, this thing maybe makes sense because that's
Not many
so
people are
expensive.
getting
No
it,
one's really
yeah.
just gonna buy this.
Yeah.
But like, 61 is still pretty low. It's like if any less than 10, heck no, I don't trust any of those.
oh yeah.
But I don't know. It's one of those things I would totally buy, if I could.
I feel like at some point you could just hire a maid though. Like, isn't a maid like $50 a week or something?
That seems pretty cheap,
Think so?
honestly. I don't think.
For a small home, $50 for like a hour of cleaning. That's pretty good. Hour cleaning.
I mean, maybe in The Sims, but like, I don't know.
In this
I think
economy, no.
I think it's probably like 100 to 150.
Made
per
for
week.
hire.
I think it depends.
week.
I think it depends how often they actually get there. If they clean it once a week,
You're gonna make it?
I know, right? I don't know. It's only like what, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock? I don't know.
It's
Because
not
I think
late.
so. My parents had like a cleaning service that I don't think we do it anymore. But like once a week, it'd come in and clean stuff. And I want to say it was around 100, 120, 100
There's a
per every
California
other
price.
week. Like every time they visit, it was 100. So like every other week we did it, I think. Now, let's say we did that, right? And obviously a cleaning service is going to do more than a Roomba can because
Yes.
they
It's a
can
human
go
being.
like clean the stove or clean the bathrooms and stuff.
Right.
Mhm.
So it's not exactly a fair comparison, but let's say $50. Go to Colton Standard, okay? $50. No wait, 1,400 divided by 50 is 28. So you would have to. It would pay for itself in 28 weeks. Let's say,
Okay.
which
Okay.
is, I don't know how long that is. Is that a year? That's
No, it's half a year.
28.
A little more than half a year. 26
7
weeks is
months.
half a year.
7 months. So that's a pretty good deal to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah.
It also depends on what level of cleanliness you're acceptable with, and for me, I want it always to be perfectly clean all the time. So
course you do.
this is a worthy investment to me. However, not everyone has the same level of standards, and therefore wouldn't need it.
Yeah, that's a bit much for me. But you know what? When you get it, I'd love to see it in action because that would be pretty cool to see that beast mopping your floors for you.
Yeah, I mean, you'd walk in and it'd be like, "Wow, this place is so clean." I'm like, "Yeah, it was Jeff 2.0 that did that."
Yeah, right,
This
yeah.
is Jeff 2. Yeah.
No, this is
The
Jeff
real deal.
Bezos.
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
That's a good
costs
one.
as much as him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this, is,
right,
this one
yeah.
I named Jeff Bezos.
This ain't Jeff. This is Jeff Bezos.
Jesus.
he cleans my floors.
Hilarious.
Speaking of Jeff Bezos, which is very similar to Tim Cook, who is Apple's current CEO.
Yeah.
Keep with me here.
Yep.
I just watched Jurassic Park Dominion, Jurassic World Dominion.
Fuck are these
Okay,
segues?
okay. We're sick with almost there. Now, the evil guy in Jurassic World Dominion is essentially evil Tim Cook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially, I don't know if either of you have seen the movie, but he looks almost like
He looks like him? That's funny.
He looks like him.
Who's the one?
It
Who's
is-
the one who subsidized or paid for, like what studio is Jurassic Park?
I don't know what studio made Jurassic Park.
It'd be funny if it was owned by Amazon or
That
any
would
of
be-
the other big tech
Yeah,
companies.
that would be funny.
Jurassic World. Oh wow, what the heck did my Google search was? Jurassic.
Why did you type
Minion.
P or something like that?
No, it like grabbed a bunch of website names. Director, distributed by Universal Pictures.
Oh, okay.
So I don't
Who owns Universal Pictures?
think it's
Yeah,
Bezos.
right. Yeah.
Owns Universal Pictures.
Or who are the biggest
Like investors.
like board members slash
Is American owned by Comcast.
Hey.
Okay.
Comcast owns Universal Pictures. Comcast.
Owns Comcast.
Like
I
Google.
think Comcast does.
Yeah, it's just Comcast. Okay.
Yeah.
Unless there's some sort of shadow corporation.
The shadow. The
Shadow
lizard people. Good.
Well, you
The
know about
Illuminati.
BlackRock, right?
You know, you never
Yeah, yeah,
know.
yeah.
I mean, it's totally possible someone else owns this thing. Yeah. So in any case, I just thought it was really funny. This movie. It was a bad movie.
Oh, was it?
overall. Yeah, it wasn't great. It was funny because it had a lot of homages, and I thought it was fun because the original cast met the new cast, and it was like, we're all working together now. But overall, it was a fairly poor plot, you know. But evil Tim Cook was funny to me, so I thought I'd share that.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Speaking of evil, Comcast.
Comcast is evil.
Well, yeah, Comcast, evil, yes.
Evil.
Dude,
Fact.
they literally rebranded themselves to Xfinity just to fucking distance themselves from the Comcast.
Did they? No, I
Yeah.
thought, didn't they buy Xfinity? Xfinity is a subsidiary of Comcast.
Yeah,
Then they just rebranded
Which is-
themselves to that, maybe?
pretty sure.
No, because they didn't change their stock ticker.
No, as in like for their internet services, right? Because they,
Oh, it
you know,
used to
they,
be
they're basically a
Comcast.
Oh,
conglomerate,
that's true,
right?
that's
They're
true.
like they own everything. They own MSNBC. They own freaking Universal. Yeah, fuck. Ugh,
Nice.
I hate Comcast, man.
Comcast.
Yeah, corporations that own corporations is not great.
It's kind of
in
terrifying.
my mind.
Next
There's
week,
I just
Yeah, right,
saw.
yeah.
I'm gonna piggyback off of another creator that I watched. Internet Historian. Have you guys
yeah,
watched
a
Internet
little
Historian?
bit.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
A little bit I've seen.
I love his stuff. He's so funny. So like,
He puts out one video every 6 months, but he's great.
well,
He's
he
great.
has 2 other channels.
I've only seen his
actually.
other channel. So Internet Historian is dark, and then
He has Internet Historian. He has Incognito mode, and then
Incognito
he
mode, that's what it
has
is.
Ooh.
he has a new one that I just heard about. I just subscried to called
why does he have more? Why does he have like 3 channels, but he only puts out one video every 6 months on each one?
Yeah.
I think the new one, his new channel, he actually puts out quite a bit, but they're all really. It's pretty cool. It's like explained or something.
Okay,
I'll have to
Internet
send it to you
explained or
guys.
something.
Oh, that'd be cool. I wonder what incognito mode is. Is that like dark web stuff or something like
No,
that?
it's just-
No. He's just him talking. It's like a talk show that he does.
Oh.
Yeah,
But he'll take a subject and just kind of run with it. So like, these are some of his recent videos from that. One is called Spooky.
Spooky.
The next is Survival. Then we have Weapons, Ads,
Yep.
Travel, Food.
Okay,
So he'll
it's
just take
just
like
basic.
a word and just talk
the
about it.
Quarantine.
Yeah.
In the field. And then let's see. What does he does? Story mode.
Story
That
mode.
is his other channel.
Story mode. Okay.
And he'll
Yeah,
do
dude.
like he'll do like he's done Tomb Raider explained, Alien Isolation explained, but he spells it explained.
Explained.
Um,
Okay. He must like those explained videos.
There's
Yeah.
he actually did one for I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, but he called it I Have No Mouth and I Must Explain.
Oh my god.
Really funny.
These are great.
And
Stupid internet
I
humor,
I
I
was
love
talking
it.
about this because he talked about his latest video was Future from
Mm-hmm.
Incognito mode.
Mhm.
And in it they had a little segment where they talked about this video that Walmart put out,
Whoa.
which is this VR shopping experience that Walmart put out, where it's like, in the future we're working on this, so you can just go into a virtual shopping mall, grab the things off the shelves, put them in your cart, and then they'll just ship everything that's in the cart to you.
That's so stupid.
Can't they
I'm
just
just going to do
it's
Amazon.
We
so
can do it right
dumb.
now. It's like we could just do that today, but
And that's
easier.
what they said. It's like, that just sounds like Amazon with extra steps.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
so-
I don't need to walk around in VR to go to the grocery store. You know what I can do? I can just look at Amazon and be like, all right, add this, add this, add this. I'm good to go. I don't need to shop around.
And something they brought up, which I totally agree with, is they have this AI, quote unquote,
Oh.
woman there that will like just tell you things when you do stuff. It's like a weird like game
It's
guide,
like, good job.
but it's just the most annoying.
It's like discount
it's like having
Cortana.
Legend like judge
Yeah.
whattever you put in your cart.
you
know?
sure you
Or
don't
like,
want
no,
a
no, no.
whole grain
It's like
variant?
was it Nami? What's the fairy from Legend of Zelda?
Yeah, like Navi.
Oh, I've never
Navi.
played. I don't know.
Navi,
Hey,
thank you.
listen.
Hey,
Hey, why'd you buy extra milk? No.
like, hey, that's
They
gonna-
even had a segment in it where it says
Listen.
like you put a gallon of milk in your cart and then it pipes up and goes, You have a mostly full gallon of milk at home. Do you want to
really?
put this back?
Are you sure you
I'm
want
like,
that?
shut up. I put the milk in here.
Yeah.
I want to buy what I want to buy.
Did you know that people who drink milk
and
are
that is
60%
how
more
the
likely?
AI. That is how the AI takes over. Is that basically
I
everyone
can't
basically tries
believe
to
it.
strangle her and just like goes, all right.
I don't know
Take
who
over
puts out a
humanity.
video like this or like a anything and thinks this is a good idea. You know,
I can see some people liking like the ability to go through the store though, and like you can see a bunch of different stuff. You're like, oh, I want those tortilla chips. Like, yeah, but you don't see that
yeah,
scrolling.
I mean, that may
maybe
be a thing.
Yeah.
But like,
I feel like
And
there's
then
a different
then
way
the
to
AI
do it.
judges you. It's like, oh, you're looking a
having
little
the
thick
AI
around the
paired
waist
is like-
there.
who when you go shopping wants someone there to tell you what to shop for, or like, it's just so dumb.
People love
I-
personal
I-
assistance though. People love being like, hey, that
do?
meal. It's gonna be like 800 calories per slice. If you get the low sodium, low carb stuff, it'll be 600 calories
Yeah.
per serving or
I
whatever.
hate that though. I would never want that.
Yeah, I wouldn't
You know,
either.
but that's where it's going.
I think
It's
people
just the
want
future.
they want things to like make their choices for them, kind of. I can see it being a thing.
Okay, now
That's
that
deep.
sounds like the future
That's
right
deep.
there.
That's even worse.
That's deep.
That sounds like the future.
Yeah, that's deep.
Yep.
I don't know. It just sounds like so much. You're just losing so much to that.
I feel like
you
there's
know?
a better way to do it. There's
Yeah,
like,
you're losing your choice.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
aside from like the AI thing, there's like a better way to make online shopping more like the experience of a grocery shop where you can see all the
Mm-hmm.
stuff, but like that isn't VR just replicating that. There's got to be a better way to merge that like browsing nature of
I've read
shopping.
so many books. I know what you're saying, Cole. It would be nice to have a better, because sometimes Amazon's a bit overwhelming in the sense that like I can't find things easily. Whereas in
Yeah.
a store, it's like it's a physical location, and I can say, oh, okay, that's where all the such and such are. You know?
Yeah.
There is an appeal to that, I think. But
Well, there's too many
there's a
extra
way
steps.
to go about it, and then I think there's a way that's overbearing.
There is,
and,
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've
Just
read
have
a
better
lot of
UI
books.
design.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've
Yeah.
read a lot of books that are like, outlooks on the future that are kind of scary. One of which I read was called Feed.
Sounds rough.
And
Wait, feed
Feed, yeah,
like
FEED,
like
like a
social-
scrolling
yeah, like
feed
a
or like a social media
social.
feed.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
okay.
like,
I was
thought it
thinking
gonna be
more
like
like,
eating, like you're feeding
Yeah,
something.
like
No.
yeah, some what Soylent
Yeah.
Green. That's what I was thinking. It was
Well,
gonna
so-
be like.
Well, so basically in the book, everybody, it's been a while since I read this, but everybody had a little chip, you know, microchip, and you need to be a certain age to get it. But then once you got it, it's just like the thing that you do or how you experience everything.
Right.
So like everyone who had it went to school, TM, which is horrifying to me as well.
Yeah, that's pretty horrifying.
Went to
Like
school.
a private,
Like
it's
trademark.
just a private corporation.
Trademark.
School is now a private corporation.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then, you know, you just see ads in your life, which I would hate too.
That would suck.
Yeah.
You know, like
When
it's just like you know, you have like a vision and that like
Yeah.
it inputs over your neural or your visual cortex, so you just can interact with things that
getting
way.
a virus would suck too. Can you imagine that? Then pop-ups just happen in your life. I'm like, what the heck? Come
That
on.
actually happens in the book. It's like I forget if it's either how people were like kind of liberated or like it was some way someone was killing people because they infected them with a virus, and it like overloaded their cortex or something.
Yeah, overstimmed.
But it's one of those things where like if you take away the veil, because it's showing everything, it could make things look as if they're better than they are.
Yeah.
So if I think at some point they deactivate it or something like that, and they're living in just this horrendous conditions,
Desolate.
you know?
Yeah.
But they don't look like that because, you know, what they see is completely overwritten. So
that's so.
That's pretty fucked.
I
Yeah.
hate stuff like that type of
Yeah.
thing is I want to avoid at all costs.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that nano machines are in the future?
I mean, eventually,
Are they
I go
near
back
term?
and forth between saying I hope so and
I'm afraid so.
probably.
Well, are they coming soon? Is what
Or
I
I'm
mean.
afraid so.
Do you think they're coming like soon?
I don't think soon.
Like
but
within the
probably
next
in 50 years?
50 years? That's what I'm thinking. Like 50 years. Nano
Well, I think
machines.
uploading consciousness will be feasible in the next 50 years.
I think people are saying that's
I think
the case.
within our
good.
lifetime.
I'm good to go.
I think people
Yeah.
are saying that like I think at least by like 2100 they're like we might be able to like store consciousness data as like a data format. I think that is like a prediction.
Well, I mean, they have mediums of storing things in like long-term storage mediums that can store a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is storing changing data, a
Yeah.
lot of changing data,
Yeah.
right? Like you can still store things in crystals right now, and it'll just stay that way forever. Or like but it's about imprinting, not storing changeable data, Like, and our brain needs to change a lot very quickly.
Yeah.
And a
It's
lot of it
changing
at
all
a
the
time.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, I don't think we have a storage medium that can handle that quite yet.
Yeah.
But if we can develop that, then
Then we're good to
sure,
go.
you could.
You don't want your brain
Copy
stored
it.
on a hard drive, like a spinning disk.
Yeah, not quite.
5400
right now. I don't want to
RPM?
be limited to like 300 megabytes a second. It'd be kinda-
Yeah, that wouldn't be enough
Kinda
data to
sick.
transfer.
At max speed.
Yeah. I'd just be a program.
But
I'd be the Bopaverse.
Dude, I totally would.
which I
take
find
that.
funny because you're like, you take that, but at the same time you wouldn't have the visual cortex because I guess because it's the same.
Well, it's a
thing,
matter
right?
of control. Like I'm in control of myself in the Bobaverse, but
Yeah.
I'm not in control of myself in having a chip in my head.
How aware are you of that control though? Because they could be controlling you without you being aware of.
Well,
because
in
the Bobaverse,
Bobaverse, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But in it's all about the illusion of control, Michael.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, but in Bobaverse, like he literally is the only one that has control. I mean that it's kind of apparent.
He has a prime directive, but then otherwise it's.
Well, he doesn't really. It's not really his directive at all. He just does it anyway. But he's free to ignore it. But he's also like the human race kind of gets obliterated, so they're not controlling him at all. So
I find that funny. Yeah, he's just self-replicating.
he's just out doing his thing. But that's why I like that because you have the freedom to do what you want. But the other part about the Bobaverse is he has the ability to do what he wants.
Yeah, because you can generate anything, right? You can just
with the 3D printer technology they have in the novel, you can make anything you need. We don't have that now, so I probably wouldn't take the ability to go to a computer right now, because it's more limiting than being flesh and blood. But I don't know.
Well, you could build anything in the digital space.
Which is true.
You can make some sick Minecraft stuff right there.
Yeah, I mean, but then you went into the case of like, okay,
There's no purpose.
let's say you have 10% of the population convert to the digital sphere, and there's no way to go back to your human body. Okay, so you're stuck in the digital sphere, right? This is 10% of the population now that is not producing anything, let's say.
But they're also not taking anything away.
Well, they could be
Well,
producing.
they do. You do have to produce electricity and everything to maintain this,
Yeah. Well, they could be
and
producing
computer parts and whatnot.
They could be produced. Well, they're also not taking like food
Like
stuff,
food,
right?
yeah.
It's more efficient to
Yeah.
direct energy storage for computers. But
But
they could be.
yeah,
still
I mean,
producing
I think
things.
you're going to say they could be designing virtual environments that people then utilize
they
for
could- they
entertainment
could-
things,
or they could be designing actual environments, but in a digital space, and
Yeah.
you just hire someone out who, like an architect, to be in the full virtual, and they just talk to the person on the outside, right? And then,
I think what I'd be scared about is once you're in that sphere, you are then dependent on people outside of it.
yes,
Mhm.
yeah,
I would want to convert if you could be independent.
yeah, just do your own thing.
in some form or fashion. So that's where it gets a little dicey, because in Bobaverse, you convert and are completely independent of anything else supporting your life. You can do everything that you need to do in order to maintain your being.
Yeah.
Whereas I think in our current time, if you converted, you would not be fully independent.
Yeah, you bet the will of other things.
And you're at kind of the mercy of governing bodies or power systems, like
yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like. So we would need to get to the point where we are, if you converted, you would be fully independent.
yeah. I like how we just got down this rabbit hole, starting talking about fucking
Fucking
about
Roombas.
hobbies and
yeah, and hobbies.
Roombas. And Roombas, yeah.
Yeah, how did Roombas lead into converting yourself into a digital
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 thing.
persona?
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes, man, our conversations just go.
They do
out
kind of
there.
go off the walls, but that's why we do it. I love the off the
That's
wall
fun, though,
combos. Yeah, it's a good time.
We go for the hard hitting things.
We like ending it off.
You know,
Yeah, ending the episode with some food for thought,
food for
some
thought.
brain food.
But then I think that is a good spot to end on it. Would you convert yourself to the digital sphere? And when would you that happen? 2022? 2100?
2500?
Whatever year.
2020
Today?
Yeah.
2500?
Let us
Today?
know.
Yesterday?
Yesterday? Yeah. Are we
Yeah.
too late? Should we have already done it? That's another topic.
We missed the boat.
Yeah.
Missed the arc. Well, thanks for listening to Almost Podcast. I don't remember how to outro this show.
Like and subscribe.
Give
Like,
us a
follow,
like and a
subscribe.
rating and all that good stuff. You know it from everybody else you listen to. One day we will get there. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye-bye.
See you later. Have a good night, gamer.